we go.
'Cause I do a lot of
Okay,
tier lists.
okay, we're recording now, so go ahead and start from the top.
Alright, making a Dangan Werewolf character card ability tier list. Just taking the best ability, in my opinion, out of all possible states. Starting with Makoto, he is easy S tier. Having 2 free protection items on you for the first night is insane. And although it's boring, it's reliable. Like, the only thing that's going to stop you is, like, do the Mono Cub Masters?
I think that they do.
Yeah, so like Mono Cub Masters or Mukuro. Which, if your ability, the only downside is negating abilities, that's strong. So Makoto, for being invincible for the first few nights, gets S tier. Moving on to Mukuro Ikasaba, I'm just going in the order of the character deck. Which also includes Junko Twin, starting with publicity photos. It's the funny meme variant. Junko photos, like, clog up the hand, that's it, right?
Yeah.
No, they can effectively shut people out of getting any sort of items and forcing them to have to play it instantly if they want to use it.
Mhm.
I guess, yeah? Though, I don't know.
It's and they can't do anything about it if they have the card in their hand.
I guess.
So
Imagine how
It's like-
powerful that is once Junko Twin knows who Alter Ego is and can get rid of any protection from them that they could have in their own hand.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's just a slow ability, and this is about the best abilities. Publicity, it's pretty good. Just making sure you say, like, people say whoever they voted for, that's pretty strong. But Disarming Shot is easily the strongest Mukuro ability. Making people have no ability for the day. It's a counter to a lot of other powerful abilities.
It's currently the only character that can do anything to permanence.
Yeah.
which actually hurts a lot of during the second one.
Like,
Yeah.
for Makoto, it opens him wide up. Or wide open.
Yeah. And
Chisa,
even Ishiki, we were talking about Ishiki earlier.
Oh yeah, Chisa, people like
she just-
Kokichi. Yeah.
Yeah. Ishiki, Mukuro shoots you because it's an anytime ability, and then you can't do your ability. You're dead.
Yeah, it is anytime. Yeah.
So Mukuro goes in, I'd say, above Makoto. It just being able to shut rolls down is, like, shut characters down is insane.
Plus here.
I'm not making. Right now I have it as S, A plus and A minus, B plus and B minus, and C.
I'm just putting all the like ranks together.
Yeah, valid. It just helps me do separated ones for ordering later.
Uh-huh.
Next up, Chihiro.
OG. Sure.
Yeah, OG Chihiro. Should I include AI Chihiro and Robo Chihiro in this, or?
I think they're all different things.
They're
all
kind of different characters. I would separate them from Chihiro.
Yeah.
It's
basically just saying you get a free card, but you can't play a card.
Yeah. And, like, that's... I'd say that's just... It's another good, reliable ability, because you're not always going to have nighttime items.
But the passive is also, like...
Yeah, passive is great.
good.
One of the strongest passives, in my opinion. Just
Mhm.
a good chunk of items. You can just choose whether or not you're affected.
But what about the second stage Chihiro? This is the one that
second
I
stage-
like to play, but no one else seems to like it.
So
Choose a dead player. That player may speak to you via whispers or direct messages.
that's that is powerful.
It's a one-time use Korikyo for anyone at the table, not just people next to you.
Uh-huh.
It's conditionally good.
Like, I
Like, if
understand
people-
that it depends
If people
on...
trust you, then it's good.
Yeah, it does make you suspicious, but if people trust you, it could be good.
Yeah.
So
I think between the two Chihiro abilities, both of them are...
really good, but really like
Yeah.
bad, I guess.
I don't
because
think it's S tier. I think it's A+.
I think it's like B or B minus. Oh, no,
I
B
can
would be
think of
fine.
many abilities worse that deserve B or B minus.
True.
having a dependable, reliable card generation is better than many characters can say.
Like Celestia's second stage, but it's actually pretty good.
Celestia, Double Down, or Royal Milk Tea.
Royal Milk Tea.
I'm
Left
taking
tea.
Royal Milk Tea. Left tea.
Royal Milk Tea is just better, honestly. Like a
No.
region, like it's just a tea.
Yeah,
So
no
good.
protection left tea.
Mhm.
It's great,
Mhm.
though it could be predictable.
Very.
It's extremely predictable. That's why when you do it, you should do like nothing or right T, because then people are like, "What?"
Yeah, I'm gonna put it A minus, like lower A.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Chihiro's is overall more useful.
Yeah.
Kyoko time. After the first class trial, you can
Either first
investigate.
or second stage.
First state is after the first class trial, you get an ego investigation. Second state is look at dead people's item card hands, and once per game you can take one.
It's basically a vibrating. I can't say the
Kokeshi.
item for the life of me. Yeah,
Vibrating
Kokeshi,
Kokeshi.
yeah.
I think that first state is overall
Shut up.
more
That's
useful.
what I call it.
Like item card hands of dead people can be good, but on both sides,
But
knowing,
also, it's just enough.
on both sides,
Just
knowing
who's there.
Yeah,
If you're-
the only drawback to the first state is that it does kind of make you a big target.
it makes you a big target. But if you survive,
If you survive, yeah.
also,
And if people have
I will bring
protection
up as a
items, too.
metagame aspect, kinda. It gives you a reason to get protected first
Mhm.
night. A lot of first night protects are just like people being friendly, but it is a valid strategy to put a protection on Kyoko, even if they don't have any other investigative items.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's better than Milk Tea. I'll put her A plus below Chihiro.
I feel like you need to have so much trust in order to like get the information out there, though.
Yeah, it's
I
like
guess, like, you know what
or
I
if you're
mean?
just use it to figure out who you want to kill or not. Like it's good.
Yeah.
Owie.
Only one state.
Only
So
one state. Whenever you draw, choose a player to your left or right to draw. When you discard, choose left or right to discard.
So you just take
You
So-
know it's a strong ability and concept when it has to limit to left or right.
exactly, and it can't be copied.
Yeah, cannot be copied. That's also another
Well,
target
that's only
for
to
power
prevent, like, divide by zero shit with Samugi.
filter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is reliant on item cards, which is a weakness.
I
a
would
very
put
good,
this
like a-
as, like, maybe a high C.
Yeah, I'd say like a high C, in my opinion, or maybe just a B minus. Just put it there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say C is my lowest tier. I can't think of characters that are worse than C. But I'm a very like positive trending critic.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure some people
Sorry.
would argue what's her face? Monofani.
Hers is okay.
Monofani is just mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's mean and it's a meme.
So now Junko and Ashima.
Yeah.
You got a
there's
lot of
three-
choices here.
Aoi is B minus.
B minus.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd say that. Yeah.
So you have the personality deck, you have despair searching, and you have hope versus despair. So I'll go through them reverse order because there is one clear one that most people prefer using for a solid reason.
Yeah.
'Cause it's fun.
Yeah. Exactly. Hope versus despair. Battle ballot abilities are very niche. Most games it will not happen.
Mm-hmm.
But what it does.
Well, most battle ballot abilities are also powerful because of that.
Yeah, they're powerful because it's niche, but still niche. Most games you're going to be picking a no ability card.
Mm-hmm.
Despair searching. A single use where you try to pick somebody who's gonna get killed by blackened. Well, it gets refreshed if you don't get it.
Yeah, but like you just have to. I don't know. I don't know if that's like good.
That's like
You do get 3, but you have to like. You have to.
that's like an AOE tier. Like
Yeah.
it's better than AOE in that you get so much more reward, but it's rarely gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then first state.
Personality
It's the personality deck.
This is legit based on the personality deck, so I'd like put that in question mark because the personality deck is a whole different thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, personality deck is technically based on the ability.
I'm going to say, with the nerf of discard an item card,
Oh yeah, that also, yeah, that sucks.
yeah, it's not terrible.
Well, it was necessary.
It
It
was
was.
necessary. But honestly, the effects are so split between like
Good and
powerful hope
bad.
and powerful despair.
Exactly. Like I said, it's like I don't even know. Like it's
She is
purely
going to
based on-
She's going to be the poster child for top of A minus.
Okay then.
Or actually no, B plus.
Yeah.
Like almost exactly middle of my tier list.
Mhm.
It's like when she's good, she's great. When
Great.
she's terrible, you're throwing.
Yeah. Leon.
Leon.
No second state.
No second stage, just the first one.
Discard.
Discard an item card. If you're the target of the Blacken's attack tomorrow, negate the attack.
A free golden gun.
It's not a free golden gun. It's you start out with a golden gun pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of your item cards is a golden gun.
Yeah, that's a nice genre of abilities that are like reliable but not cool.
And,
I don't want
and
to say not cool, but it's reliable.
no one's attacking you first night, so you're not discarding a card. And if you do, you're not discarding a card anyway.
Yeah, like strong passive. Not many
Mhm.
characters have strong passives, so when you see a strong passive, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so like it's great, but it's boring.
It's
Hold on,
great.
those-
I mean, I,
wanna-
don't want to say that they're boring because they can't all be like show-stopping,
They can't-
unique.
They can't all
abilities.
be left T,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
I mean, it's average.
Yeah, I'd
It's
say
it's
it's.
That was
for people
Makoto's
that
ability.
like don't want to die too quickly, but also
No,
don't wanna
Makoto's
be
ability is
Makoto.
better.
yeah, Makoto's ability is objectively better.
Mhm.
It has the passive and 2 more days. Leon's works past the 3rd day, granted, but you have to gamble when.
They'll yeah, you have to gamble when you think you're gonna get attacked.
I think he is B plus, better
Yeah.
than Aoi. The passive, yeah, passive means you're always starting out with the cards you want to play. Yeah,
Unless there's like an ultra, not ultra ball. Holy shit! It's not Pokemon.
Ultra Ball.
Oh yeah, that.
Jin. I do not have a thing for Jin in this tier list. Uh-oh. I hope somebody else is like writing down.
Well, I'm just
I'll make, like, a
recording
separate-
it, so
Yeah. I'll make a separate notepad and just like write down the side characters in their tiers so I can add them in.
I don't care for this
Jin.
card.
Yeah.
Jin is weird. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's single use.
Mhm. Choose one other character, and if that character dies, blacken the
Yeah,
black
it's not even if they're targeted, it's if they die.
die to the Blacken's attack.
This is a C tier.
I'd say it's C. It's
Other despairs can just not use items.
Mhm.
It inhibits them, yes.
No,
but
it's only the Blackened that can't use items. So.
Like
Well,
in an
it's like-
ideal
like,
situation,
not-
this calls the blackened out, but the situation where that happens is so rare.
Yeah.
Then
Other
this
Yeah.
card
despairs can
mostly
just-
does nothing except annoy the headmaster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Other despairs can just like not play their item cards and pretend to be blackened.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh,
Jin is C tier.
Mm-hmm.
He's the lowest.
AI Chihiro.
Okay, on to AI Hero, yeah. My thing was out of order. Decrypt data. Declare the name of a card. It will publicly declare if it's in a living player's hand.
Chihiro identifies as neither male or female. You may give Chihiro Fugisaki any of your item cards at any time.
That is an important distinction at the bottom compared to Chihiro's passive.
Yeah.
Because unlike Chihiro's where you can choose, this one you cannot get picked by either.
Yeah. But you do get to give Chihiro cards.
Yeah.
So.
Like, specific passives are like a neat bonus, but they don't help too much with tiers unless they're insane. So, pretty much getting to figure out if a card is on the table. I think it's like a fine one.
Yeah,
it's good for
like if you just want to know if there's like a despair data in the field, you can.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, it's fine.
But just
if
fine.
you play as Chihiro, yeah. But there are so many item cards.
You have to remember the name.
You'd have to remember every item card
Or
if you're going for every one.
Yeah.
If you just go for the important ones, you're not going to hit all the time, which I guess is fine, but I think they're B-.
Yeah.
Now on to Mondo.
You are
immune. Yeah. Immune to taking, viewing, or discarding item cards in your hand while you are awake. You cannot pass any item cards to anybody.
Even if they are normally passable. So
yeah.
No one knows your hand. It's your cards. No one can touch them while you're awake.
I mean, there are a lot of effects and cards that involve just taking your shit or getting rid of it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Many effects involve it. Though, I will say Mondo is very RNG dependent. Sometimes you just get bad cards and it's like, I wish I could pass these. You know?
Yeah. Well, mulligan is a thing.
Mulliganing is a thing, but even then you can mulligan into bad items.
Well, that's
it's
just
RNG
getting luck at the bad, bad.
Yeah, but other
twice.
other characters, I will say that a lot of characters have the benefit of discard a card to use your ability, because not only do they have a powerful ability, but they get to just get rid of a bad card. One of their cards is effectively an ability, which I'd say is a fair trade. So, Mondo Manzo. I think he's
just RNG dependent, honestly.
Yeah, but is that enough to dunk him down to C tier?
No, I don't think so. Like Pola said, there's a lot of effects.
Yeah, a lot of abilities involve it, so and a lot of item cards involve it.
I'd say like a B-.
Yeah,
or a B.
B-. I'd say above Aoi, honestly. Sayaka, we got two states. Sayaka is similar to AI Chihiro, except you get to steal stuff.
First state too as well, just as good in my opinion.
Oh, it's only one person, so Sayaka gets a mini if fax machine.
Yeah. I mean, if it's if you took an item from Makoto in this way, you may pass him one of your item cards. I don't know if that's
just a swap.
Yeah,
it's like if you want to be nice and steal stuff from Makoto. I think
first state is kind of better.
First state is very good because you get to be ego.
Exactly.
Like, you cannot be silenced is a very big thing.
Yeah, that is bigger
realize
than
it was,
we realized it was.
Yeah.
Because you can go through, what was it,
Outside World?
Battle Ballots, or the Black Dragon Blades.
Yeah, a lot of shit that I didn't think of.
Even like the second state, like Monaco with the token passing thing, you can't be silenced by that.
Yeah, and being able to say things after your role reveals is very big.
It is, yeah. Like normally, the entire point of getting the ego off the table is to shut them up.
Yeah.
So being able to have a sentence of "they show despair,"
it's just so good.
Yeah. Now the question is, I think they are above Kyoko, but do they go up to S or are they next to Chihiro?
I don't think that they go up that high because the situation where you reveal and Hope wants to listen to you is rare.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is godlike if you're the alter ego. If you have an investigation under your belt,
Yeah, but being able to talk during battle ballots.
Well, being able to talk in battle ballots, I mean, it's situationally good. I would say it's not as good as Kyoko. I would say it's a little bit worse.
Alright. Yeah, you convinced me. I think she is bottom A+. Extremely good passive, powerful situational ability.
Extremely good passive that we didn't know was extremely good.
Yeah.
Kiyotaka.
G-Sick.
I like this.
Basically
Just,
G-Sick.
you get a G-Sick.
Yeah.
And if there's a spare bat, G-Sick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, Kiyotaka is in the category of powerful. Like, he's just straight up powerful. Not many people play him. I don't know why.
Because who wants to add 3 minutes to a discussion? Honestly, there's a reason why G-Stick got out of the item deck.
I mean, we've also been increasing the time that we've actually been using for trials and stuff. So
Yeah.
It can be useful
you're adding,
if...
like...
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, with us adding or switching the time to like 4 minutes, using Kiyotaka brings it up to what?
7.
7 minutes?
Yeah.
It can be useful in some situations. It can be useful if Despair Bat. It can be useful if Hope dicks around and doesn't decide who they're going to vote for until it's too late.
Yeah. I'm gonna say he is next. He is above Celeste, but still A-.
Yes. I think that's...
Just on command G-Stick. You don't even need to discard. I can't put him below B. Like, I can't put him in B because you don't have to discard. It's it's a free item card. Alright, Sakura, we got 2 states to work with. First one, discard your hand, choose another player. That player cannot be killed by the Blacken tomorrow. If they become the target, it's negated. Very... Yeah, and Aoi is always included when you use the ability. That's big.
Yeah. And
and letter. The day you die, you may search through the top 5 cards of the deck and give one of them to any living player you choose. Aoi and Sakura may freely pass item cards.
So...
Wow, I didn't see the second state before. That's also strong.
Yeah, they're both really strong, honestly. Bodyguard and then...
Full bodyguard and draw 5, pick 1 to give is insane.
Yeah.
I would argue that if you have somebody you trust, it's better than Future Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just give the best card out of 5.
But that... I feel like the only way that counters this card is Monokuma Ball Monokuma.
Yeah, Ball Monokuma funny.
Well, I mean, Ball Monokuma over just 3 cards, though.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's still 3 cards that could be shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So...
That could be really good if you and your friend are on Despair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
the thing. You could be Despair and use this and give it to your Despair friend.
Yeah. Discard your hands and give a whole hand at least 1 card, and then full body protection,
Mm-hmm.
and then top 5. Honestly, yeah, I think it's A+.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think below Sayaka.
I think the only reason it doesn't get played more is because Sakura is just one of the not as popular characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm an item person, obviously from last game.
Yeah, a lot of people like items. Having to get rid of all your items is not...
Yeah, it's not what people want to do, especially when you discard your hand and protect someone. Some people are so greedy in this game that they won't do that.
Yeah. Alright, on to Toko. If you're chosen as the target of a skill or item, you may negate the effect in the Genocider show. Byakuya cannot be negated.
Yep.
And if Byakuya orders you, you must become Genocider Shio.
You must do it, yeah. So are we doing Toko's ability and then Genocider, or are we adding them both as one?
For this card in particular, it's not 2 separate states, it is the same character.
Okay then. So Genocider is what
Genocider is discard an item card, choose a male character, and randomly discard one of their cards. If Byakuya is chosen, he draws instead.
So good synergy with 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, being able to negate, like a free negate and then change your ability to an offensive one,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
Byakuya is a semi-counter, because he can get rid of your negate,
Mm-hmm.
and he isn't affected by it, so...
Right, there's no
And he
drawback
can just
for him.
tell you, and he can just make you change when you don't really want to.
So
So
Byakuya
this
could
is
be on the table and force you to change to just help you give him
Yeah.
cards.
This is the rare genre of counter-pickable cards,
Mhm.
where you choose a character to counter-pick whatever your ability is.
In this situation, I think it's okay because it's not like you just don't get an ability.
Yeah, exactly. It
Like
just
the old
turns
problem
into
that
a
we had with
positive
Mukuro is that she was the premier counter-pick character, where it felt like it didn't matter what ability you picked because Mukuro was on the table and you just don't get one.
Yeah. And the fact that Mukuro is still strong after that is a testament to just how good negation is.
Mhm. I mean, negating item cards, though.
Yeah. So...
So
I
if we
think
say Byakuya isn't on the table, a
I
negate.
think I'll account for both situations. I think she is A-, but stronger than Kiyotaka.
Yeah.
A free negate is not to be underestimated.
The problem with negates, though, is that people know that you have it, so they kind of just don't target you. But there are situations where they forget
in its
about
own
it,
way-
and they do, and that feels
In its
nice.
own way, having the threat of a negate is even more powerful than, like, Alter Rod in your hand or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Not Alter
Illusion
Rod,
Rod.
Magic Rod. Illusion Rod.
Jesus.
Like, people knowing that you can just say no to their thing means you'll get targeted by negative things less, which is overall good for you. Yasi Hero time.
You
I
get
would
3
say
picks,
A
too,
tier for this
President.
one. A
Yeah,
or A
you get
plus.
to choose. You get to choose what item you draw.
Maybe
and you get
even
to choose
S
your
tier since it lasts the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Since it lasts the entire game, I'm gonna say
A tier
A
or
plus above Chihiro.
Yes. It just allows you to pick your hand.
Yeah.
Powerful.
And you discard the ones you don't keep, so if you run into a bad thing, then that's good for Hope.
Yeah. Well, if you're despair, that's
Yeah.
also good.
Byakuya. We got 2 of them.
Yep.
OG Byakuya. Birthright. When someone draws item cards, you may make them discard the card they just drew. Then draw one for yourself.
You must declare this ability before the drawn card is played, or it's too late.
Yeah. And second state. Anytime a player plays an effect which involves choosing another player to draw an item card, if you have less than 2, they must choose you. So Byakuya's theme is being a dick, stealing your cards.
His theme is anti-draw.
Yeah, I can see why, honestly.
If
I
we had
think-
no anti-draw, if there was no Black Croissant or anti-draw characters, then draw would just be out of
Yeah.
control.
He's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
I think the first state is stronger because it
Really?
applies to plural draws. So if somebody does like a Demon Angel Princess figure, they discard all of the cards.
Yeah.
I guess I could
What's
see
the
that. I think the second one, I mean, in my opinion, might be a little stronger because it is unlimited use, but it's also predicated on someone getting chosen.
Exactly.
Like, it cannot stop self-draw.
Yeah.
The Yoga doll is.
And yeah. Since first state doesn't have a can't be refreshed clause, I think it is overall better because you can just like steal a werewolf and then get it again or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rare situation, but it can happen. I think Byakuya goes next to Toko and A-. A necessary evil, anti-draw is very good. Saying no to extra effects that can mess up your plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
On to Kiyondo. No skill items can be applied during this non-stop debate. Negate the effects of Despairbat, Crystal Skull, and Salt. Any living player that was blocked from debating can now debate in the trial.
Okay. Well, just have a normal trial.
Yeah.
It's a normalizer, yeah.
It just normalizes
It's
a
good for
trial.
if you don't want to put up with anybody's bullshit, I guess.
Yeah, that too. And like it also gets rid of salt though, which is
It's like it's a weird in between because it's despairful because it gets rid of salt.
but it's hopeful because it gets
It gets rid of Crystal Skull and Despair Bat. Yeah.
Yeah. Crystal Skull could also be good too, just no one plays it.
Yeah. Skill items. Is that like Dragon Blade?
Yeah.
Dragon Blade is
Hmm.
Dragon Blade's the only one it actually cannot affect. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Well, it says no skill
Because-
items can be applied during this non-stop debate, so I don't.
No
I think it
skill
would
item.
block the Black Dragon Blade.
Yeah.
You should put skill and items just for grammar, please. Thank you.
So this card is for people who don't like items. Got it. Don't like
During
trials.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like in items and trials aren't that powerful.
I think- Yeah, 'cause
they kind of
this voting?
are.
No. Here's the thing. This doesn't affect voting.
True.
Mm,
Like
mm.
voting items are good. I'm just saying for the beginning, like Dragon Blade, Despair Bat. That's the only thing I think that is powerful. What else? Like that? Those are the only two.
Signal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is B- next to Mondo.
Mhm. Oh, that's ironic.
Yeah.
It's
It's like it doesn't even affect voting items, which are the truly powerful ones.
Mhm. Hifumi.
Yeah, Hifumi. Whenever another player plays an item card, you may negate its use. The card is still discarded. You can't use it on Chihiro. Hero.
Oh wow.
So he just has a negate an item. How powerful is negate one item?
I mean, that's Toko, though, like able to have an ability after.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah. Well, Toko's is if it targets you. This is just
yeah,
any
just-
card he says no to.
yeah.
Yeah, it can be
How good-
pretty big in the
Yeah,
right situation.
It's Illusion Rod without the draw.
Mhm.
How powerful is Illusion Rod without the draw?
Powerful.
What tier does that go in? Because it doesn't have to discard, so this is already higher echelon of abilities.
I feel like it's an A minus or A. One
I
of
can
those.
see A minus, yeah.
Yeah, A minus.
I can think of other similar types of abilities that do more. He goes next to, like, I'll put him above Kiyotaka. Like, a G-Stick is situationally useful. I think there's always at least one point in a game where you want to stop an item.
Mhm.
Yeah. And now, Robo Chihiro. Unlimited use once per night. Flip a coin. If heads, deal an item card to another living player. If tails, short circuit. You're immune to protection effects and draw an item the next midday.
It also says
Yeah, either male or female, like AI Chihiro.
yeah. It also says heads deal an item card to another player who is below their max hand size.
Yeah.
So, no, this doesn't affect Ryoko technically.
Right. Ryoko doesn't have a hand limit.
Okay, true.
So, I understand why people like this card, but it does not seem very good.
It's legit just 50-50 on the ability.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's more like
When
the
you don't have a
fun-
downside,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a fun ability, but this is a prime example of a fun ability that isn't necessarily good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it above Mondo, like above Mondo and Kiondo, because
Yeah.
at least it's unlimited use. You have that.
That's
Giving other
the
people
only thing I
cards-
can.
Yeah,
I mean, Tails, you draw an item card, but you are immune to effects, so it's not even worth it.
Tails is the leaf covering where you only draw one card.
Yeah, but you can still actually protect yourself in the morning if you do get attacked.
I guess,
right,
yeah.
there is that.
I don't know. I can't in any good grace put this above Leon or up into B plus.
Yeah, otherwise this tier list would just be completely illegitimate.
Yeah.
Are we doing the
All
identity
right.
V cards?
You know what? Sure.
There's only 4
I've
of
got
them.
time to burn. Yeah. I accidentally shuffled it. Oops. I'm gonna start with Toy Makoto. Lucky chest. Publicly name a card that's not usable during morning. If you roll a 6 and that card is in the deck, draw that card. If it's not, draw an item card. So it's a 1 in 6 chance to just get any card from the item deck, unless it's not in the deck and you get another random card.
What? Who are we on? I'm so sorry.
Toy Makoto, Identity V.
Oh, we're doing identity V stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
So, wow, this is bad.
I think
5
all...
and 6 games, you do nothing.
Yes.
And then in those 1 out of 6 games, there's a very real chance it's a 1 in 6 to draw 1 card. Not even a specific card you want. You can't even draw Hope Shards! You can't draw protection effects in the morning, because it's not morning cards.
If there was a D tier, I'd put it there.
Yeah, if there was a D tier, I'd put it there. But Toy Makoto goes in C tier. Honestly, below Jin. Jin has a higher rate of success than Makoto. Toy
Yeah.
Makoto.
I honestly don't like the identity V characters because I think they're just there.
Yeah. Toy Kyoko has an actually good ability, I think. Flare Gun. Discard a card to use it. You can't be targeted by any rolls tonight, which includes Blackened.
Yes, but
It is a self Monokuma hair ties.
Yeah. But by any roll, so Togami VIP can't touch it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's a
Nothing.
one night leave me the fuck alone button.
Honestly, I think that is better. I think that's B plus. Or even A minus. Like, just one night, don't look at me, don't touch me. I'm thinking over to Ryoma second state. And though his is quickly grabbing that, sorry for going out of order, but these are 2 similar abilities. Discard a card, you can't be targeted by Blackened or investigated by items, abilities, or ego. So Ryoma gets the passes of you can't be investigated at night 0. So the question is it being indiscriminate better?
I think it being indiscriminate makes it a little worse.
Yeah, because this doesn't affect investigation items. Ryoma is stronger. I think it is above Leon, below Junko. B plus. Like, you can use it as just a get off me button. It is very role layout dependent, though. Like, in games where there's like a nurse and a Monica master, you want to have this on you. If it's like a Togami VIP or a master program, you might not want it. It's very role dependent. Jinko soda mix. You may discard a drink and activate one of the below effects. Question: how many drinks are there in the item deck?
There are 4.
It's like the teas, right?
Well,
Is it
actually,
just
no,
the teas?
there's the teas, Mon Emergency,
A tea is non-emergency mineral water.
and mineral water. There's 2 of those.
Yeah.
So there's like 7, but also
Just ketchup and drink.
I mean, no. But this card I've kind of been taking a look at. I want you to judge this card as if it also had the passive you start with a random drink.
Ooh, with that's interesting. Choose a player. If they're attacked by the Blackened tomorrow, the attack is negated. So, golden gun on somebody else. and 2 negated play item cards effects. So versatility trade is immediately visible here, because the second one is worse Ifumi. You have to discard for it.
Uh-huh.
But choose a player, give them a golden gun. With the stipulation of you start with a random drink every time, and you can use the drink for other stuff, I think this goes right next to normal Junko. Like, you trade individual power for just being able to pick whatever you want for the situation.
Uh-huh.
Because this is a really wide range of effects.
Now, as it is now, where you don't start, not guaranteed.
As it is now below Aoi.
Yeah.
I feel like Aoi, honestly, like, Akane fares a bit better because food items include drinks, and there are more food items also.
Yeah.
So this goes below where Akane would be, and I think Akane is bottom B-. So, well, we're not going to judge Akane on that one because I think her second state's better, so.
I like her second state, mostly because
Yeah.
Because you could beat up Samuki, right?
I did beat up Smoogie. It was really fun.
I'll put Toy Junko bottom of B-. As it is now. If it gets changed to where you have a random drink at the start, it becomes a solid B+ ability. And Toy Monokuma. If you're the target of the Blacken's attack, you may choose to draw a number of cards equal to the days on the day counter. Oh, this is an Ikokuma teddy bear.
It's basically, you just have that card in your hand, basically.
Yeah, you don't have to discard for it. I think this is... Is this better than Royal Milk Tea?
I don't think so.
Is
like
this...
You have to account for the fact that in the majority of cases, you're not going to get a card that helps you.
Yeah, true.
But you also got to consider with the milk tea too that most people are very predictable with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're gonna call your bluff on it.
Most items you can't even play during morning. If an attack gets redirected by a T, do you still get to use it? Like, if you get initially targeted and then redirect to someone else, you still get it, right?
It depends on how the GM plays it. Some GMs play that the T's go immediately and they take precedence over everything else.
That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning, it is redirected. I
mean, if we're being
personally,
super technical, you are the target and it gets redirected. But
yeah,
it can
rules
go
are
either
written.
way.
Yeah, rules as written, it goes the former case of you're targeted and it gets redirected. I'll put this... You're gonna die. Like, is there like a... I want to look at like Junko. Does Jinko have the passive of Monokuma can pass you stuff somewhere?
I don't think that we have that anymore.
Yeah, I remember that used to be one.
With passives.
We kind of went apeshit with passives and we reeled it back in later.
Yeah, this is like another B-, honestly.
With the Monokuma stuff, there was a problem with, I think it was the second state one where it would just like harass Junko the entire time.
Yeah. I'm gonna say B-, like it'll at least do something unlike Jin or Toy Makoto, but most of the time you're just gonna die, and then people are gonna steal the cards you wanted to get.
I like how your verdict on that was, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Like if you're targeted and no one's saving you. Alrighty.
On to DR2.
Yep. Dangan Rampa 2, starting with Kyoko.
Oh yeah, Kyoto. Sorry.
If Yoko is anything besides Espola, is just gonna delete the game.
Yeah.
No, I
mean,
I am impartial. I understand that no one else in the world likes this character except me.
So Kyoko first state is no discard weaker Mukuro,
Mm-hmm.
where you can't use it on somebody. And then second state is RNG dependent,
Mm-hmm.
and third state is neat.
Yeah,
Like, it's second and third state are RNG dependent.
Now, keep in mind that you can play just third state.
You can play just third state, yes, but it is
Yeah.
still RNG dependent because you're not always going to get to be above hand size.
Right. Whereas if you play second state, you're most likely to be over hand size.
Yeah. I think first state is the objectively strongest out of them.
Did you say third or first?
First.
First, yeah. Because just the
Not having
threat
to
of a
discard
negation,
is
the
nice.
threat of a negation is pretty powerful.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd say she goes A- above Celeste. I
Now-
think this is better than Royal Milk Tea.
Kind of interesting fact about this one is Himiko used to be men only. And despite the fact that it affected less players, it was actually stronger that way because people just didn't want to play male characters.
I guess, yeah.
You're forced to play a girl character, which is actually pretty meh.
Now it is Gundam's turn.
This is the same thing with the personality deck. I'm not gonna lie.
I disagree. Because you get your hamsters way more reliably. You can use your hamsters way more reliably.
And you're immune to attacks machine.
Yeah, you're immune to if fax machine. You get free, like, all 4 hamsters are powerful effects, where they would probably be, like, at least A- on their own. Choose a player, they draw 2 cards, raise the top 5. That's,
Mhm.
like, insanely powerful. That's, like, A+.
Okay.
Choose another player, they can't be targeted. Robo Justice for free. That's great. Because I'm not going to say discard a card for any of these, because you get these for free. You get them every midday and at the start of the game. Choose another player. Take their card, look at their cards, keep one, return the rest. Again, strong. Mirage Silver Falcon Jumpy.
Draw.
Eco Kuma, but for your previous hamsters.
Mm-hmm. So 4, if you can get all 4 out.
Yeah, and you can use 1 hamster a day. Gundam goes above Yasi Hero, if not S tier.
I
'Cause-
feel like A+.
Now, would you say
Every
he was
sing-
S tier if he only got hamsters?
Honestly, yes. I feel like if he only got hamsters, he would be S tier, but he doesn't. He gets only an item card. He gets item cards from He gets item cards from his hamsters. Yeah, true.
You start with 1, you draw another, so you already have 2 of them by day 1.
Well,
you
yeah,
get to
but
pick
you
1.
also get a regular item.
You get
Yeah.
a regular item, and you can also use the regular item. Gundam
Mhm.
is insanely good.
But I just think that the hamsters are just there to support Gundam getting just regular item cards, just because he only gets hamsters. I don't know. That's just what I think.
No, he still draws normal item cards.
Yeah,
You
I
start
know.
with 1 Dark Diva and 1 item card. I
He
would
can-
take any hamster over a rant. I would mulligan into a hamster any day of the week. Like 90% of the item deck, I would take a hamster over it if I could. These are powerful cards.
So you're telling me so drawing 2 cards, then drawing a card from another player, which is 3, and then drawing 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7 cards in total. The hamsters are just there to draw them item cards. There's just 1 protection.
Yeah, that's still. Also, it isn't always draw. You can just steal cards too. Like one of them, you steal cards.
I
Mhm.
think that the hamster deck interacts with other players in the most variety of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is powerful RNG.
Yeah.
Where
I guess so.
there are situations, I can't think of a single situation where you wouldn't really want to play a hamster every day.
The difference between this and the personality deck is the personality deck can actually fuck you over.
Yeah.
Like,
Personality deck
there's
can
no
fuck
way a
you
hamster
over,
can fuck you over because you're always
and
gonna...
you have to discard to get to it. You start with the
Yeah.
hamsters. Gundam is easily S tier. Next to Makoto. I can't personally say above Makoto, but like they're probably tied. It is hard to order an S tier. Teru Teru. I'm reading this for like the first time. Nobody ever plays them.
For a reason.
If they don't have a card to discard, you may draw an Undies deck.
You can't use this on Little Ultimate Superb.
Basically,
This is pretty much-
Teru, the way people play Teru is they wait for somebody to not have an item card and then they get it on these.
Yeah.
This is more RNG heavy than Jinko.
Like, if everyone has a way for them to get item cards, I feel like this ability is kind of useless. Well, then again, it's not useless because you can make someone discard an item card.
Like, looking through the Undies deck is powerful in a variety of ways. Teru's like, wait until somebody doesn't have item cards and then get a random powerful hamster.
Well, okay, I do want to clarify this. Undies are actually powerful than hamsters. That's
That's why I said powerful.
Yeah.
But they are so
Now,
random.
That is pendant. Yeah.
Now I do want to say this. Like, I just shuffled the Undies deck and drew a random one. If you get Tenko's Undies though, that's a rip. Tenko's.
Like,
does
there
Tenko's do?
there are a fair chunk of item like Undies that are not going to be super game breaking for you. Like, it'll just be kind of whatever.
This is. I want to put him below Junko, but still B+. It's like chaotic.
It can be.
You get to add an Undies card.
But it's also the fact that everybody knows that you have an Undies.
Yeah, and they're gonna target you just to get it.
Yeah. So, like, it's around Leon, honestly. At worst, this is Alter Ball. And Alter Ball is like...
Yeah, it's built in Alter Ball, plus you might get Undies.
Yeah. That alone puts them in B-.
You're on Ultimates, though.
Yeah.
Well, I put that on there
'Cause
just
you don't have
avoid
to discard
people making
this.
gross jokes on the table.
Yeah, I know.
Alrighty. Now it's time for...
Chugon.
Bianca.
Oh my god.
Choose an item card in another player's hand and look at it. You may choose to discard it. If you don't, you can use it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So...
Looking at hands for free, basically. And if you want
look at hands for free, you can get rid of a card.
I think that this one is pretty good, since if you use it and you don't hit anything, you can keep trying.
Yeah. Or, if you're Hope and you see a Despair Bat, get that out of there.
Yeah.
Get out of there with that Despair Bat.
Exactly. Like, it is a good Hope card.
It's also a good Despair if you Hope Shard.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of like B+, like the way I'm feeling it, but...
I think it becomes more useful as you get later into the game, because people usually save their better item cards for later in the game.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put him above Junko and B+. Because it's just like random dependent in terms of like, oh, are you going to actually hit a card that you want to...
It can swing games, though.
Yeah, it can
Like
split
getting
gear.
rid of, like there are some item cards that are like
It's swingy like Junko,
yeah.
but without the cost. You don't have to discard.
right, yeah.
All right.
Ibuki
Ibuki. Choose a player, give them an item card, then draw an item card. And live concert. All living players choose to pass left or right. 2 is funny. I'm going to rate 1 because 1 is stronger.
Mm-hmm. 2 used to be Ibuki's ability, right? Paula?
What?
Second state on Ibuki used to be Ibuki's ability, right?
Second state Ibuki used to be Ibuki's ability.
Like, okay, you know what I'm talking about, like when there wasn't states on character cards?
No.
Okay, well, never mind then. Whatever.
But yeah, first state, it's give a card and then draw a card. Which is like, it's nice. You can signal with it.
I hadn't considered that actually, but yeah, you can signal. Like some of these cards are like the brain cards that people can
big
use
brain.
in certain ways. Yeah, like most people think, oh, just give somebody a card. That's not that bad, but like you could signal with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as guaranteed, but I'd like to say that Ibuki is like if Killing Game Buster got to also draw a free card.
Exactly.
If you pass like a specific card to signal with, then there you go.
Or it could also be a situation where you have a card that you'd like to use on yourself, but you can't, so you can give it to someone else to use on you.
Yeah, and then you say, hey, can you use this on me? I think it's A-. Not sure where, though. Is it better than milk tea?
I would say no.
No.
Yeah. Bottom of A-.
Awesome.
Draw 1 is like the default slate.
Mm-hmm.
You get to give a card, which is neat. Nagito. So,
He has 2 abilities.
first state is until morning of third day. If you're targeted by an item or ability while awake, choose another player, they get the effect.
Mm-hmm.
And second state is if you're killed by the Blacken by the morning of the third day, from that moment on, none of their attacks can be negated. So we have... I think the
They're
first
kind
state
of-
is stronger.
They're kind of on the opposite ends of the spectrum because first state kind of just makes people not want to interact with you, and second state makes
Which, to
people...
be fair, is the vibe I get from Nagito.
yeah. And then the second state is people... It makes them want to interact with you because if you die, then the Blacken gets free reign.
Yeah. I think overall first state is more powerful. It's like the thing we said about the threat of a negation.
Yeah, it's more... The first state, if you're looking at, like, deterrence, then yeah.
Yeah.
But there are also some kind of situations where, like... Oh, thinking of a good situation. Like, you can kind of rig it to target certain people that normally couldn't be targeted, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, I want to use this on you so I can get it. Play a Robo Justice on Nagito
Oh,
and
yeah,
they give
exactly. So it's like kind of the Ibuki situation where I'm going to play a Robo Justice on you, just bounce it back to
Yeah.
me.
First state Nagito is a big brain ability.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it to your advantage. At worst, it's just nobody touches you for the first few days.
Yeah. Which is, again, Nagito.
Yeah. And at best, you can manipulate it to where you can get people to like you. So I'm putting this A+, honestly. A+ below Sakura.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Nikon, we got 2 of them.
I think this first state is A tier, if not S.
Yeah, first state infrared thermometer is funny. Look, like, first state Nikon is insanely powerful. You get a free Kirlian camera, and You get a curling camera on the blackened target.
And you basically get a free thermometer too.
I'm honestly kind of thinking about splitting the thermometer onto another state. Because
second state is
no one plays the second state because the first state is just that good.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I honestly think second state is also like A- or A+. Like, if you figure out who to use it on, you can keep an important hope vote alive.
Mm-hmm.
Or an important despair vote, like if the Blacken fucks up.
Right.
But first state is just
It's
Jesus.
better in every situation.
It's more powerful than Kyoko. And you get a free extra bonus. You get the thermometer too.
Yeah, the thermometer is kind of an afterthought though.
Thermometer is like, it's neat. You can like cure
It is
diseases.
kind of neat. Like it gives Mikon other stuff to do.
You get other things to do. But as it stands, she is more powerful Kyoko. Because you get to see the roll card. Granted, it's only on the target. But still.
Yeah, there are some situations where somebody wanted to investigate somebody that died earlier, but it has to be the current, like the actual current body.
Is she better than Chihiro, though? I don't think she's better than Yasi Hero.
I don't feel like
she is better than Yasi Hero, because Yasi Hero, even though it lasts the whole game, it is still RNG.
It's RNG, but I'd honestly say it's RNG negation. Yasi Hero's ability
You can't negate RNG. You can just stack it in your
Yasi
favor.
Hero's ability is that every draw card becomes discover.
Okay, I mean...
I think looking at a roll card, I think that's just too powerful.
Looking at roll cards are powerful.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to look at somebody's... I mean, you might not get that great information, but it's still information.
It is still info, right?
I guess the only other way that this is not that good is if a lot of cards reveal.
Yeah. I'm going to say A+, tied with Yasi Hero, but in front, so in ordering, she's at the top. Akane.
Akane is a weird
Lunch
set.
Rush.
She's a weird card.
Players may reveal and discard any food or drink items. If they do, you and any players that did cannot be targeted by the Blacken tonight.
Everyone discards a food or a drink item.
Huh. So, this is a weird case. If somebody reveals a food or drink item, this is theoretically better than Leon.
Yes, it actually is.
It's a chance for extra Robo Justices.
Yeah.
That also protect
and-
you. Yeah.
And sparring match.
Mm-hmm.
You do a dice battle to see who gets a card, and if you tie, you both draw.
Mm-hmm.
Beat up Samuki though, which is always fun.
Oh my god, Ramirez, are you still here?
I gotta talk about my wonderful bout I had
Second
with
state,
Samuki.
second state is more reliable, so I'm gonna go with that. Dependent, but at least you'll be able to use it.
At least
I trust
something will happen.
We're rating rare character cards. Ooh.
Yeah. So Akane is roll dice. You either lose a
Either lose,
You
gain,
lose a card,
or
gain a
draw.
card, or
lose, gain, or both draw. But that's a 1 in 36 for both. No, 1 in 6. Both people rolling the same thing is 1 in 6.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 in 6 for both draw, and then half split between you taking a card from them and them taking a card from you. So a 1 in 6 for Boogie Obadal, and
I mean,
Which is good.
yeah. You get to choose what you give them, which I'd say could be a plus. I think I'm gonna put her next to a Buki.
Which is where?
Bottom A-.
Okay.
Like, you can use it to signal, you can use it to steal, you can use it to just double draw if you're lucky. In a lot of cases, it's useful.
Yeah.
You also get to beat up Samuki.
Exactly, you get to beat up Samuki, and it's,
Something I
after all,
wanted
this
to
is,
do for a long time, so
that's all we could really ask for. Nekamaru.
oh,
You may negate an attack against the person to your left or right. If you do this, play all the item cards in your hand as soon as you're able to.
It's
if you still
pretty
have
good.
any, yeah,
I love that when
If
you're
you
the
have
left.
any that night, discard them. You must have at least one item card to use this ability. Good
Yeah.
boy. So you have to turbo your. You have to turbo your.
you get energetic disease pretty much, but you have to discard it at the end.
We also negate an attack.
Yeah, you
I mean,
negate an
yeah.
attack. So
But that's worth your whole hand.
it's limited
Unlike
to left or right. You cannot do it for yourself.
We
I
used
do
to
wanna
play
say-
the cards crazy.
I do want to say that this is technically a better Sakura.
No,
Mm,
it's limited
Suck-
to next to.
No,
Okay, true. It is.
it's worse Sakura. But
Yeah.
the question is, do they get to be in the same A+ tier?
Well, no,
I
it's situational compared to Sakura, because you still get the
Yeah.
benefits of both item cards. Like, if you have double Robo Justice, you still get to use both of them.
Yeah,
it can
I
depend.
think-
It can it is kind of RNG based. So
I think this guy goes next to Kiyotaka in A-. I think he's better than that.
We have
It's
the
an
Kusami.
It's a situational negate, but a negate nonetheless.
I like Monami's card. I'm sorry, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nekamaru is A- next to Kiyotaka. Usami. Choose a player with less than 2 item cards. They may draw an item card. If it's used on Chiaki, she may draw 2. When you're killed by the Blackened, you become Monami. Monami, you're stupid. Treat this character as if they're dead, with one exception. You may still play items and participate in discussion. Participating in a non-stop debate causes you to explode and die. Killing Monami gives the Blackened no points and there's no trial. So,
the ability of Monami is really powerful, and I think it needs to be nerfed a little bit.
I
Yeah.
kind of agree,
Stupid
but
little
nobody
sister
plays Usami.
I just
Yeah.
want the old Synergy back.
No, I mean like the
The
Monami
stupid.
ability. You're stupid.
I love it.
It's stupid little sister. Permanent stupid little sister disease.
It's easily, it's a good ability though, really good.
Yeah,
Top 2.
it's yeah.
You get a small
It's
ability
permanent-
and
it's
it's salt.
permanent rations. Permanent rations, salt for all normal discussions if you somehow get those. And
Really,
you
it's
can,
a free rations and salt.
I mean, true.
and you explode after the non-stop debate, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, Usami's great. She is above Ibuki.
You even get the player card and then draw a card.
Is she above negate an ability?
Being able to talk is very strong.
Yeah. I'm gonna put her.
That's why Sayaka's so far,
Yeah.
actually.
I'm gonna put her top of A-.
Like, I'm honestly surprised
Actually,
that we
no,
don't see
think-
Monami more.
Thinking about it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like nothing compared to. Wait, no, Monami doesn't reveal. Do they?
They do. They're dead.
Okay.
They are better, they are
They're
just better
better
Shirokuma.
They're better Sayaka. Oh my god, yeah, I'm putting them A+.
Oh yeah, Sayaka's not that strong, guys. It's just situational.
Sayaka's still A+, but like,
I don't know why.
Because being
Why-
silent can't be silenced.
yeah, Sayaka
There's
gets.
not, guys. There's 2
Sayaka gets
silence
the-
abilities.
No,
That's
Sayaka
it.
gets.
Well, not
Sayaka
if
gets
you
to
no,
talk.
you
include
can
the
talk
other
during
stuff that we
battle
talked
hours.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please don't talk over me.
Sorry,
Sayaka
sorry.
gets to talk during battle ballads and swords.
Dragon blades and
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
and like what's her face? Monica's past the token ability.
Yeah, or like Kurokuma
Yeah.
or First State Angie or like
Loudmouth.
yeah. Loudmouth disease, yeah. Sayaka's good in her own right, but Usami's better.
So is Monokuma.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We're still Danganronpa 2. Kazuichi, 1 state. If someone plays Robo Justice or Golden Gun, you may choose to also be protected by it. If Sonia is present, you can give that protection to her instead of yourself. So, a free extra Robo Justice or Golden Gun.
They're common items.
Yeah, they are common items. You usually see at least one player per game.
So I was remembering the game, the Kazuichi's like, guys, please. I claimed up to you, go, someone play one anywhere, please. And then they died.
Yeah.
Looks at the 2 traders' hands who have 4 Robo Justices.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I think it is. Real Milk Tea gets the plus of if you're smart, unpredictability, and you can technically like protect yourself if you know who they're gonna try to attack. But Kazuichi's more reliable in the sense of if somebody else tries to protect themselves, you get free protects too.
Oh yeah, it's usually just a free protect, which
Yeah.
is good. It's
Yeah.
really good in this kind of game.
Worse than Makoto.
No, you get to do it later.
Makoto's
do-
already S tier.
Really? You get the
Mhm.
protector for the first class trial.
No first 2 class trials.
No, first class
First.
trial.
Until day 3, Chucky.
Morning of the third
Yes.
day.
Morning of the 3rd day is always for the second trial, and you cannot use it in the morning of the 3rd day. And
So that's 2 days of protection.
night
Yeah.
0 and night 1.
Yeah.
Night 2.
Morning of the 3rd day.
Morning. Yeah.
On the
wait,
morning, it goes
second-
away.
Oh, I'm thinking of like numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3.
It's not the night, it's
Those
the
are
day number
numbers.
though.
Yeah. Okay. Shut up, Paula.
So day 1's what day no one's dead.
Wait, no. If you are targeted by the Blackened, until the morning of the 3rd day, negate the attack.
Yeah,
If
and
you
on
are
the
attacked
morning
on
of the
the morning-
3rd day,
But-
you are
But
targeted.
you are targeted
Nah, it
during
doesn't
the
work like
second
that.
night, right?
It has to be in the morning you use it, and such you would
Free
not get it for the
trial.
second class trial. He only gets trial 1 protection.
Yeah.
I mean, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that also
If there's a
synergizes
negation-
with other shit, you know. So you could have a
It's
golden
like
gun to
Tenko.
extend that.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm saying Kazuichi's stronger, because Makoto gets night 1 protection. He makes it to the first class trial.
But it's not
Kazuichi can do it
reliable.
night 2.
You said you even said it yourself. Traders can like hoard on the Robo Justices.
It's more reliable than Makoto in some situations, because a lot of the time you're not dying that night 1, even if you weren't playing Makoto.
Eh.
So having some control over what night your protection is very good. Especially if you have the Robo Justice.
I
Yeah.
still consider Makoto to be S tier though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
He doesn't have to discard for night 0 attack. But neither does
Sure.
Monica.
Neither does Leon. Honestly, yeah, negates are powerful. Let's move some people up to S tier.
Yeah, the gates are super powerful, because they
Yeah,
smoke dispel.
Usami goes up to S tier.
Usami's not a negation. Remember that.
Yeah, Usami, you still get to play items. You get to talk during non-trials. So, I think she still goes up to S.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying she's not a negation, because you said, oh,
And then-
negations go up,
yeah,
and then...
Her
And
second part
Kazuichi,
basically is, yeah.
Kazuichi, and I guess Leon.
I think
at
he's
that-
A tier at least. Leon's very good. Old Leon was stupid.
Paula.
Huh?
Let's put
Nothing.
Kazuichi and Leon in A+ then,
Okay.
next to Sakura.
Yeah, that works.
By the way, this tier list means nothing, so
Yeah.
I know.
This
Uh,
is just a personal opinion.
Are we doing spoiler stuff or nah?
let's just
Is
do it.
anyone
You know,
against
everyone
spoilers?
here is fine, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay.
If
with
you're
it.
watching this video, why
Yeah,
haven't
why
you played
why
the
the fuck are you even here if you don't want spoilers? Come
Oh.
on.
Mhm.
What are you,
Anyway,
what are
spoiler
you doing
time.
with your
Zuru
life?
Kamakura.
I'm split on this one.
I think he's
Danganronpa
average.
Zuru Kamakura.
I know. I think he's average. I think he can be good. I think people don't use. People have to know it's okay not to use his ability some games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there have been some games where Izuru used their ability and it was really not a good play to do that.
I've seen. You don't want to just throw it down night one, by the way. That's bad. I've also seen a blackened use it and then not kill the alter ego. It's like, oh, it'd make me suspicious, you know?
Yeah.
And then kill the alter ego counterclaim.
The one thing about using this ability is publicly throwing your vote away kind of makes people ignore you.
Yeah.
It also takes away your vote.
I mean, it does,
That's
but
probably
there
good.
have been situations like where the Blackened did win because everyone just ignored Izuru because like he can't vote now.
I've also seen Blade lose 5 games because the Azure couldn't vote to save him.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. Like, it can be really frustrating if you're on Despair and you know that Izuru is on your team and you see Izuru just throw their vote away for like no reason.
Blade was on Hope. Blade
Well,
has lost 5 games
it can
on
be
Hope.
frustrating, like for anybody, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he goes.
It's
Throwing vote away is very painful. I think that keeps it out of A, right?
yeah, I'd say B tier.
I'd say
It's not
yeah.
bad because it is good information to know.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
Like,
we
if
were
there's
to
a
rate
million alter
if we
egos.
were to rate this card based on the assumption that a player is going to use them properly and in the right situations.
So average.
Yeah.
Because because of how situational it is.
But what is a good situation for
Exactly.
Zero, actually?
Well, it can snuff
Two
ego
very believable
counterclaims,
counterclaims.
but
Yeah.
then it's like you have to be confirmed yourself.
Also, best situation
Yeah.
is Zu's ability, you're a neutral. That has to self-vote.
Yeah.
Just use it as student council. Come on the next day, guys. I'm student council. I can't vote for myself.
Yeah, he gets B+.
That
If
is-
you're
that
any
is
neutral, those not a risk use it because you're throwing away your vote. So the Blacken doesn't necessarily want to kill you ASAP.
Yeah. Let's
Every
look at
neutral should use this night one.
Sure.
let's look at Nekamaru. First one. If three or more different people draw cards during a given period, you can draw 3 cards yourself, and your
Oh.
hand limit becomes 5.
I was gonna say, Ramirez, the other day someone got to use this ability twice.
Yeah.
I Dangan Werewolf did, and they got to go off.
Jesus.
Start popping off.
Yeah. And then second state, if another player's ability use or item use is changed or negated, you can discard an item card and negate the negate or change. So, the anti-negation ability,
Yes.
Jesus.
the Uno reverse card.
Uh-huh.
To know you.
I think draw 3 is powerful. Don't get me wrong, but negation is hilarious.
Oh yeah, and it's good.
It is powerful and it's hilarious.
You can negate Shards of Hope, and you can also negate more masses.
Mm.
You can negate Shard of Despair, right?
If it's negating the card. If it's not negate, like say they're playing it before Robo Justice or anything is played, it's not negating anything. It's preventing people from playing a card.
Yeah.
But if it negates a card, then yes, you could use it.
So, First State it has kind of the same deterrence effect that Nagito has, to where it doesn't go off as often just because people are kind of wary about having it go off, but Second State will usually get a chance to go off.
Yeah. I think this is more powerful than Hifumi.
Honestly, yeah.
I think
Honestly,
it's
it just negates it for me.
Yeah,
well,
negates
the main
negate-
thing, I hope Hifumi can counter any spell bat. You have to think about that.
Yes.
And this card cannot. One of the cards Hifumi does, they're different for the fact that Hifumi gets this negate an item with no cost. And this one has a discard cost, am I wrong?
It does have
Yeah,
a discard.
except for Akane.
Except for Akane.
Yeah, but like, on basis you have a cost to this.
Yeah.
And so
I'm gonna put
Fumi's, I think it's the same tier as Hifumi. That's why I would put it.
Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah, A- next to like Kiyotaka.
And his quote
Yeah,
is
you-
shit.
Yeah,
His quote is shit, yeah.
I'm still happy with that ability because it's balanced.
So we got Pekko, Bamboo Strike. Choose a player, they cannot play item cards today. Can't choose the target next day.
A
If
plus.
Fuyo is alive, yes. I was going to say this is extremely powerful.
Yeah.
Do you know how fun it is as an outed ultimate dispel just to say, hey, you got attacked by the black and you can't play any cards?
Yeah. Second state is Why? If you
Blade
don't want
wanted it.
if you don't want somebody to use a voting item or ability, you can just choose them at the start of the day.
What's
Oh
reaction?
my god, you're right.
It is
It's
a
Damn,
reaction,
reaction.
so it's different.
It's
So
a
like
reaction.
if you're on a class trial and so you like you're Rodrigo and you have an out of despair, if someone's throwing down vote items to help them, you can stop that.
Yeah.
But
I still
yes, the
think
first state is
first
better.
Your state is so much better.
But it's an option. It's a different option.
I mean,
It's a
how are you
different-
necessarily supposed to know that someone's going to slap down a vote?
Yeah, you can't
That's what I'm
know
saying.
that. And if you're trying to, like, this is the second state is more geared towards that kind of play because using your first state ability on certain people can make you look bad.
Yeah.
Now, if you
But
don't
it's
care
still-
about looking bad, then it's a great ability.
Exactly.
But if you want to actually
It's-
play like with a little bit of suspicion, like, or not so in
Second
people's
state is good.
faces, then second state is good.
I'm gonna put it next to Nagito.
Yeah.
A plus.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sonya, never mind. The
No,
only
with
ones
that.
choose a male character. If they have any item cards, they must give you one. If you choose Kazuichi, he will give you a card and then draw one himself. So, if you target Kazuichi, this is reverse Ibuki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you choose any other male character, you steal a card.
So easy. If you're black and you attack a male and then take the other item card. You kept the better card, so I get it.
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
ability is kind of like run of the mill.
Yeah.
It's nothing special.
Is it? Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of unsatisfied with it just because it's kind of ho hum.
Yeah. I think it's B plus.
I think this one might be a remnant of like the original card game, how it was.
Well,
Yeah.
I can actually say the original Sonya was choose a male character, they give you a card. Kazuichi's ability was give Sonya a card.
Yeah.
Not draw one. Just here, Sonya, have a card.
Alright, for Himiko, you got two states here. Use it before
Like the
voting
first
starts.
one.
Choose another person. They must vote first, then truthfully state who they voted for.
Neutral Junko.
Yeah, it's like Junko Twins publicity, but they
One
have to
person.
say it before other people vote, which
Yeah,
is
this
important.
can actually affect voting. Junko's publicity
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, which is it's how it should be. Yeah, it's a good ability.
Yeah, good ability. And second state. When more than one item card is played during a class trial, you may draw two cards.
It's
I
gone
think
off
first-
a lot. Except for if you look at the percentage.
If Pekko is dead, you will draw a number equal to the day counter instead. Ikokuma's pretty good. It's fine the restriction of multiple class trial items, but then again, that's usually like
Class
a
trial
situation where you do.
items, I mean, the most common ones that are played are like G-Sick, the Blade, the Black Dragon Blade, sometimes Mineral Water. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a fair shot.
Dragon Blade.
I did say that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that in terms of proactive play, first state is better.
I think
'Cause,
kinda,
like, you
I like
can-
first state better, yeah, because second state
Yeah.
is you can't really like affect. I mean, it's just
You
sometimes you,
just have
get
to
more
hope you
cards.
draw into another voting item, yeah.
Yeah,
And usually people bust out the voting items in important trials,
yeah.
or
Yes.
like they're already gone.
Except like I said, people are more willing to play the Black Dragon Blade just because it is kind of like a free extra minute.
Yeah. I still think first state's better, and I think first
Yeah.
state gets a solid A minus above Byakuya. You get truthful voting information that can affect somebody's vote for the better, whereas Byakuya just is anti-card draw. They're still both A minus. Chiaki, blackened. When another player is the target of the Blackened's attack, you may change the target of the attack to yourself. Characters from Super Danganronpa 2 may pass you any item cards, even those that are not normally passable.
Like, without joking, that is a really good ability.
It's a really good ability. It is like it's a free Monami.
Yeah,
Like,
especially through
the
if you
thing
like Future
is,
Foundation or
like the fact that this passive is tied to the first state is like high risk, high reward. Like you will either be suspected or you will save the day.
Yeah.
I would never forget the game Ramirez physically would never be able to kill the alter ego because of a Hope Chiaki and an actual Monami. He just had to look at it and say, I guess it lives.
Like you
Yeah,
stop trying.
That moment that player can freely pass any other living player any item cards they have, even if they're not
that
normally
was the RP game too, and I just fucked around on that one.
Yeah.
Second state.
I'm glad that you had
First
fun
state
with that
Chiaki.
one though. What's that you
First
say?
state Chiaki. First state Chiaki can be a hope confirm.
It
a
can,
good
but
hope code.
it can also be a death sentence for you.
Yeah.
Well, it is a death
Oh no!
sentence.
Even if it kills you, it's still good.
Well, no. What
Well,
I mean is, if you're the Blackened, this ability turbo fucks you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we've had Shaq. He's like, oh, I'm innocent. Okay, kill yourself. That's how you confirm yourself.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Save the
I mean,
other
And
people
then
from
there's
death.
and then there's Death Hollow who gets blackened every time they play Chiaki.
We've had people leave the table for a period of years because of this card.
Oh my god.
Well, because if you're
mean-
if you're any Dispel and you have this card, if you're the Hope Show and Dispel, that's amazing. If you're like Future
Yeah.
Foundation or Reserve Course, amazing.
Like it is
Innocent's great.
either really good or really bad, and the entire
It puts
reason that
faith in
alternate
this card.
states exist on character cards is because of this card. Just like,
Yeah.
okay, here's a Chiaki you can play that doesn't turbo fuck you potentially.
The other one's good as any alignment.
I think this goes.
I mean, if we're not ignoring, if we're gonna ignore the fact that it's inconsistent, like it can be really good or really bad, I'd say it's like S tier, honestly.
Honestly, yeah.
I think because of the inconsistency, I jump into A+.
Yeah, because of the
It goes next to like Sayaka.
Like, I don't know if you could ever, like, get rid of the fact that it can just turbo fuck you if you...
You can, but you have to play it smart. Like you
Sparkling
have to
justice.
come up with reasons for people to believe you and be like, no, I'm actually not using my ability because of this situation.
Because I'm the alter ego.
No, that's
Or
the worst, because if someone counterclaims, they're like, okay, kill yourself to confirm you.
Yeah, it is really hard to get out of situations where everyone is
People are like-
expecting you to die.
yeah.
Sparkling Justice. Whenever the Blackened kills the original target, draw 3 item cards, discard 2. You may never discard a Despair Bat, Black Dragon Blade, or Muramasa. If you have any of those cards, you must play them as soon as you can. So, we saw earlier today that this is a very good card to get as a Ultimate Despair.
Yeah.
Because people do not think, they just vote you if you get a Despair Bat.
I've had games where the Blackened has been this played a Despair, but everyone didn't vote them. Because they're like, oh, they had to, it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
this card had to play Despair Bat, and someone else said, fuck it, I'll play one too, and then they died.
Yeah.
As the neutral.
It's like everyone just instantly, like, red eyes turns to people who ever played the last bad card, and they just vote.
Yeah, this just turns off people's brains.
I know.
Like, oh, Despair Bat, time to
Or maybe
vote.
it's like a situation, well, I'm not going to let you do that again. We're just going to vote you off. Sorry, you're a liability.
I love the game. Someone like, see, we'll let you live. So what are you gonna do next time? Me, who has started with 2 Despair Bats, I'm just gonna play another.
Yeah.
They can't win if there's no discussion.
Sparkling Justice. High risk, high reward.
Oh yeah, I'd say A tier.
Yeah, A minus. I'll put it
Probably
next to.
I would say A+,
I'll put it like-
just for the fact that they do it continuously.
I think the negative now is the T's, as well as the added. Since the original, there's been 3 more cards. I think it is 3 or 2. Demon Blade, Muramasa, and something else. I think. Like it's Despair Bat, Muramasa, Demon Blade. I think
Yeah,
there's
I
another
guess
card
there
that they
are
have to
more
keep now.
chances for you to not actually draw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna put it. Yeah, A plus. You know what? Next to Pekko.
How appropriate.
Mahiru. We got one state.
My Hero can be great.
And bad.
Yeah, again, you guys saw today. Mahiru could be great. I used it with Monotaro's undies.
Any undies, God.
Any undies.
You know, if you use a Roha, this, and Sanosuke, you can get fucking, 5 Jinko's Dispels out? You just start shooting down people.
You know, at that point, I would raise my hands and be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna let you
The
guys
black,
do this."
by the way, the 3 people who lived with the Black and the Trader and the Ultimate Despair, all 5 Hope got sniped.
Wait, you're telling me this actually happened?
Yes!
Glad I wasn't there. Jesus.
It started with the Ultimate, everyone's like, no. Second one was Togami VIP, it just went downhill.
Yeah, Mahiru. Yeah, pretty much. You can play a double of any item card in your hand. Very card dependent. And once you may share an effect on you with Hiyoko. Which, note, also works hard to get targeted by. So, like, if you get hit by a Bugyoba doll.
Well, I
then...
think the implication was cards that target you, not investigation items.
Yeah, not investigation items, lol.
Oh, were you there for that, Hime? The fuck? No. Oh, because it's with Hiyoko. It doesn't specify one, so we had 5 Hiyokos.
I don't know how you even managed to make that happen.
Okay, the worst part is 2 of us just did a joke. We're like, hey, we'll just Robo Justice ourselves one, so it'll be funny. Then the other 2 locked in.
Yeah.
Well,
You
no,
got
what I'm
Hiyoko,
saying is I don't know how you
Hiyoko,
managed to
some-
have 5 Hiyokos. I don't know how you did that.
2 Gami. You got 2 Gami who can change his name. You got Samuki. You got Hiyoko. You got Remnant Hiyoko, and someone drew. What's the item card? It's the change your name.
Japanese Dollwig.
No, because it was still alive.
Oh.
Oh no, they played Monotaro's undies to change the name. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
What I'm saying is you engineered this situation yourselves. I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel bad. I felt bad for the traders.
Yeah, Mahiru, I really want to say, like, A+.
I would say A just for the fact that it's RNG dependent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top of A, above Toko.
Golden Gun with that is sweet.
Hajime. Hajime.
Hajime.
Oh, Hajime, you get to be a good version of Kyondo.
Just 2 states apparently on them.
Hajime is good Kyondo first state.
Yeah.
You just... Kyondo that actually affects voting items.
Oh yeah, and Salt though.
I would change
School
Salt,
Emblem.
except it's a meme at this point, and I don't think...
Yeah.
I think everybody would miss it.
So I think this one alone is A+ worthy. Because it's like Kyondo, but you impact what matters. You make sure that nobody fucks with voting.
Also, the Outrigo that's dead doesn't get the top.
At any point. You could just do it after. You could do it after the talking's over.
You use it at the first scene, like, oh, sorry, I forgot to negate that. Do you want to go back? No.
It does say at any point in a class trial.
At
so
any
yeah,
point in a
even the
class
Salt
trial.
thing doesn't really even matter.
Yeah, Salt literally does not matter.
If you use it at the start, though, it does matter.
Well, yeah, you could use it at the start if you want
You
to.
could use it at the start,
stuff.
or you could just use it at the end.
Well, you should always wait for reaction. Use it after someone plays one to fuck
If
up.
they have already been played, negate the effects. Yeah, you can use it as a reaction if you want. The fact you can use it as a reaction is free.
Second state is just more.
Second state
dependable.
is a free Dragon Blade.
Yeah.
Which is a good item.
Being honest, I'm not sure if you should need this. If you're good at talking, you won't need the extra minute.
But what if you're not good at
It's not
He may-
really a matter of you being good at
Yeah.
talking. It's a matter of is everybody on the table just screaming.
Valid.
With this Hajime, you can take the final minute of the discussion.
True.
Like this, you can use this ability to steer a conversation in the direction you want it.
Yeah. I guess I shouldn't underestimate the second one because I kind of turned the game around as Monotaro and as a Monokuma and a battle ballot.
Like being
It's like,
able
hey,
to talk
guys.
well is good, but making people listen to you is a pretty good ability.
So while we're at this Hajime, can we say the original state needs to be S++? You know, the original one. When there was a battle ballot, choose who dies.
Yeah. So we had to change that one because the original ability, which was, if there's a battle ballot, you choose who gets punished. It just made it so Hajime died every time. Like, no hope wanted him on the board. No despair wanted him on the board. Like,
well, this was also when class trials were a lot of the time 3 hope was 3 despair.
Yeah, so, like, this was back when class trials were not as balanced as they are now.
So it was always battle ballots, like every trial, and he'd just go like, "You die, Archie," go bam.
Yeah, I'm gonna put like culmination of both ones. Both ones are really good. I'm gonna put A+ next to Kyoko.
Yeah.
Like, you can either make it so nobody messes with the trial, or you can get a free minute of discussion to wrap things up.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah. Now it is time for Alter Jinko. Who?
Very strong.
Stupid.
Choose another player. They become Junko Nishima. Any dead players named Junko Nishima may still play item cards and use abilities only if you agree with it. So,
yeah.
Oh, the effect only works, like, the passive effect only works on dead people, though they do get Junko passives.
Also, remember, when you rename some of the Junko Nishima, they lose all synergies that reference their name.
True. Though not every game's gonna have synergies.
Yeah, but every game with Alter Junko is gonna have Junkos in it.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Get.
I think this one is just a fun card.
It's a fun card. I'm going to say that, like, if they're dead, they're not going to be able to play item cards or use abilities anyways. So, like, this is only helping them. It's like, sure. It's like a devil deal. It's like, sure, I'll give you a free rations.
It's just the role card, Junko Nishima. Not Junko's host. So.
I think I'm gonna put this
A-
next to Byakuya and A-.
Okay.
It's like it's a negation card, but only for dead people. And, like, dead people are dead anyways.
Well, no, it gives dead people the ability to play items, though.
Yeah, it gives them the ability to play items, but you can choose whether or not they get to do it.
Right.
And you can erase synergies. I think it's next to Byakuya in terms of, like, being a negation card as well as a giving card. I know, it's a weird card. It's hard to place.
Who do you vote when the dead play Dispel that?
Yeah, who do you?
Junko for letting them do it.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Well, the best combo, Despair Bat and Hope Speaker in. Who you gonna vote to nominate?
Okay, now it is time for V3.
Exostar Pilot top tier.
Yes, I was going to say. I'm just gonna skip ahead and get it out of the way. Yeah, Exosol Pilot is top tier.
It's you can't still somehow die with it.
It's Makoto. You can't be investigated, and you have another character ability, but you can choose to use it anytime before someone dies. Also, if you want, like,
but you can still totally die, which is hilarious.
Well, you have to pretty much willingly die.
Yeah, it's so versatile. Like, there is a reason you can only chaos into it.
I would pick it every game if I could.
Yeah, because if you're chaosing, there's no reason not to. I'm out of... Yeah, starting with Ryoma, because mine's a little bit out of order. Like, starting with Ryoma.
Ryoma? I thought we were doing...
V3.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking...
If you're targeted by an item ability while awake, you can force them to discard all their item cards. If you use an Ultra Ball, it goes back to your hand, can't be used again until the next night. So, yeah.
Do we have a D tier?
No, we have a C tier, that's it.
Second state's better.
Oh, second state's really good. We have to nerf it.
Yeah. Cannot be investigated in Night 0. Discard an item card. You can't be targeted by Blackened or investigated by items, abilities, or ego.
He made you believe that card wish shouldn't have a discard cost.
Why? Toy Kyoko had a discard cost.
What, this came out before Kyoko?
I guess, yeah. Yeah, no. This Ryoma is good. I'd say stronger than. It's like Leon.
Yeah.
It's also chibi, so it's cute. So
Yeah, it's next to Leon.
I mean, you
So
have the
second state
potential
gets-
to not be investigated by the ego twice.
Yeah. Next up is Kagede.
Kaede?
Draw an item card and look at it. You may then give it to another player or immediately discard it face down. If a character from V3 must discard item cards, you may discard in their place. Pretty good selfless ability. You can it's a signaling ability.
Yeah.
You can signal with it, or you can just get rid of a bad card. It's overall pretty versatile. And the passive is neat, I guess. Piano Duet. Choose another living player. For the rest of the day, you may freely pass each other item cards. You may choose to include an extra V3 character when you use your ability. So, Mini Gonta.
Yeah, and you know how many times this has gone off in morning?
So you could pass, protection items you can't even usually do, or
You could pass Shot of Hope across the board. You could also pass Unpassable Swords, Max Gloves, all those shit to someone.
Oh, yeah. No. This is okay, I think second state's more powerful than
Yeah, I'd say this is a better Gonta, honestly.
Yeah. More powerful Gonta. Well, no, because Gonta can make it so you can't give it back. No take-backsies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not an infinite loop with the Tumbleweed. You give them the Tumbleweed as Gunta, and they keep the Tumbleweed.
Yeah, first state Kaede is signaling, second state is very, very hope-sided. I think I'm gonna put her thinking between A- or A+.
I would say A- at least.
Yeah, I would say minus. I don't think
Just
it's plus.
because, I know it's RNG based, but passing to anywhere on the table now that we've got the cards that we have now is pretty powerful.
Yeah. Samugi. First one, player 2. Choose the character that is alive. Your ability is now the exact same as theirs.
S plus plus.
This is just player 2.
Yeah,
You can
which
just
is very good.
I guess, yeah.
Well, any reaction ability, you can grab it in reaction to shit.
Yeah.
I'd say this is.
It has to be an alive.
It's S tier just because you can also get synergies with it.
Yeah. I'll go over the second one for posterity, but choose
Well,
another character
this
and
one's
roll
just
as
fun.
that. Yeah, it's fun. You just get free draws. It's like it's Chihiro without the downside. You just have to roleplay. Both of those combined, yeah, Samugi's S tier.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been debating on just to play it, just so I can get good at my roleplay. I guess. Honestly, I should start playing it.
Samugi is bottom S. I don't think she's stronger than Gundam. We went over how busted Gundam is earlier.
Yeah, I know. I've gone over it a few times. Very strong.
Gonta time. Gonta's such a gentleman. All his item cards are passable. If you pass an item card to someone, they can't pass it unless it's naturally passable. So you just give people your cards. Again,
Second state.
signaling. Second state Gonta time. Choose another player to draw a card, then pass them all your cards. They will pass you back the same number. Inverted Himiko with a draw effect.
You know how you can signal your black so easily with that?
Yeah.
Here, take out my voting items.
Here, take my voting items and give me back your despair-sided stuff. Yeah.
Give me-
Gonta strong.
It's not really that. To be fair, it's draw a card and take my cards.
Yeah. I'm gonna put him next to Pekko.
Are we talking about first date or second date?
Both are strong.
Yeah,
I
both
honestly
are
feel
strong.
like first state has kind of got a little bit power crept.
Yes.
A little bit, but I don't think you can really use.
Sad.
It's an Ibuki, you can use that on anyone at any time.
Alright. Next up, we got Tenko. First state. Female characters to your immediate left or right cannot be killed by the Blackened tomorrow. Male characters to your immediate left or right cannot play items tomorrow. Himiko is included in your ability no matter where she is. So,
Village
This isn't-
start of the game, get 2 female characters beside you.
Yeah.
yeah, and then you put 2 Robo Justices on them.
And there's Himiko, you do 3.
You know, I would
Yeah.
say, just as kind of like a special GM role, if Tenko pops up on the table, then you can't have people being like, oh, I want to move over here now. Just like, no, you can't do that.
So, at best, this is 3 Robo Justices with no cost.
You say average 2 cause if you don't include synergy, which is fair.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which is still really good.
it's still insane. Yeah. So,
Wait, doesn't have a discard cost? I thought it
nope,
did.
no
Nope,
discard.
it doesn't.
It should probably have a discard cost. I'm gonna be honest.
It doesn't have a discard cost, so it's better than Sakura.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah.
Second state may as well. If a male character targets a female, you change it to an illusion rod. If Himiko gets targeted, it becomes a Robo Justice.
Yeah, back to the
First
first
state
state. First state S tier, and it should probably have a discard cost, like a 1 card cost.
Well,
The
Does it really go S tier?
The fact that it's limited to people on your left or right, I think, is
Yeah.
balance enough.
It should have some kind of cost, because if you compare it to Nekamaru,
Male! It's the cost.
The problem is at the start of every game we've seen it, females move there, because males don't want to sit there. It's not fun.
Yeah, I would just not allow that to happen.
yeah.
You can tell
As
people
a,
that.
as a GM, if this gets revealed and someone wants to play it, no one's allowed to move their seat.
I'm gonna count SKB as Kibo's second state. So let's just look at Kibo.
Oh, okay then. I love Kibo. Kibo deserves S tier.
Kibo. Item card limit is 3. Draw 3 cards at the start instead of 2.
I'm putting
If
this
Mew's
bottom
alive-
tier just because I have bad experiences with it.
Ahem.
The Mew passive is a blessing and a curse. But
It
I
is.
think
Oh, wait, no, we're not looking at this one. Okay.
Oh yeah, the other one.
I was,
yeah,
I was looking at the audience.
we're not
surrogate
looking at
Kibo.
SKB because it's worse. It's
Well,
worse.
that's because you had Sub and Suki Man in it.
I
told you guys not
don't.
to let
I
him.
mean, I've gone over this. I don't. If a character has to have a certain like type of person to play it, and then if they don't, then it's a bad character. Then it's
Well,
a
no,
bad
it doesn't need
character.
a certain type of player. It's literally you had
It needs
two
a certain
people,
kind of
goofing
audience.
off and not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
Suki wasn't
the-
even doing
The
what was
problem
said.
with it is you are putting like gameplay matters in the hands of somebody who is not invested in the game because they're not actually
Mhm.
playing the game; they're spectating.
Yeah,
No,
so,
in that game, Sub was invested in saying stuff. Suki just ignored it.
all right, let's just we're not
Ignore
talking
it.
about that one here. We're,
talking about the good
good cards.
Kibo,
the good one.
the
The
good
awesome
son.
one.
So this is Yasi Hero, except you get to keep the starting card, but you don't get the double draws.
Mm-hmm. And if he is on the
If he's on the table, you have hand limit 4, but then item card limit.
guys, it goes 1.
Yeah,
Like it's kind of an even split if Miyu is on the table or if she isn't. Like it's still useful even if Miyu isn't.
yeah. If honestly, I think it's stronger without Mew on the table. There's no reason you need to hold on to 4 cards at a
Well,
time.
actually, I'm gonna count it stronger with me on the table because of Mew's passive.
Oh, Mew's-
Just throw him cards.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm putting this next to Chihiro and A+.
Yeah.
Chihiro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the 3 item card friends: Yasi Hero, Chihiro, and Kibo.
Okay then.
Kokichi. First state. You can only be investigated by Ego, Kyoko, or Shuichi. If Shuichi uses investigation, you may watch it.
Really, it's protection from investigation item cards.
Yeah.
I like the other one better.
Or
No one. I
Yeah.
like the second state better, honestly.
Yeah, like
Yeah, second
first state,
state.
you're protected from
Second state, you
investigation
play
item cards.
investigations face down.
Yeah, and no one
Which
gets to
makes
know what
them
it was.
more, yeah, it makes them more powerful.
I think the first state is kind of mostly despair leaning. Is
Yeah.
The thing. And then
Oh,
the
and
second
100%
state
is.
is
It's like
more
it's like Future Shisa.
Yeah.
And second state's actually great for both alignments because the black has less reason to kill you.
Yeah,
Which is great if you're playing a suspicious book that would usually get you killed.
because you play it like a T. So the Blackened has to. Well, never mind. Blackened can target you because they figure out.
They know it's an investigation, but they don't know if it's a suicide book.
So what if this ability was, instead of limiting it to like investigation items, what if it was any nighttime item, and you wake up and it happens like after everyone is asleep?
Catch up lol.
Well, actually no, because then you would know, like everyone would know it was an investigation item at that point. But until you actually do the investigation, then it's like no one knows what it is.
I'm just.
I like as it is. It doesn't need to be. Originally, it was you can play any nighttime items like that, but as it is, it's still good.
I think Kokichi, like, it makes investigation items more reliable, but you're not always going to get investigation items. I'm going to put him next to Kaede and A-.
Yeah, it's still good. The best thing is you can lie about what you used if you're just
exactly. Maki. Draw item cards up to your hand limit, but you don't talk. You can't speak or signal in any way. If you have Shy Disease, there's no reason not to use it.
Well, this ability used to be every day draw a card, and it was just encouraging players to not play the game and draw cards.
Well, we had people definitely walk away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And first strike, you get the first opportunity to play night items. They can't be negated.
Very weak, actually.
Card exact. Yeah. Passive is like a synergy, but I'm not gonna count it that much.
Well, the problem is the opposite synergy, the Suichi version of the synergy, is way stronger. Because it's you don't discard a card, and he gets to do it with two people because of his ability.
The first one. Draw up to hand limit. Very powerful. Don't steal the rest of the day.
It's fair if you get the two. It's not worth one draw.
It is not worth one draw.
I mean, it could be worth one if you just have nothing worthwhile to say.
Yeah. But then
it's a deduction game. You should always have something worthwhile to say.
Or you should at least throw out baseless
I guess the big drawback is everyone's kind of looking at you like, why aren't you talking?
I'm putting this next to Nekamaru in A-.
Yeah.
Alright, Kaito time.
S tier.
Choose another I didn't even get to say it! Choose another player. Their vote now counts as 2 votes.
Oh, yeah.
S tier.
That's an ability I'm gonna die to have.
I'm not even looking at the second one. This is just...
The second one is someone gets to investigate for a trader, but they can't investigate for you.
What did you say, Ramirez?
I was gonna say, like, that's an ability that'll get you killed just for having it.
Yeah. Like, the only reason it would not get you killed is on the off chance that someone thinks that you're actually on their side.
Yeah. The Munakata without the discard cost.
Yeah. You just, if you're the trader black and gets found out, just give him double vote, bitch.
I believe in you to kill all these people.
Shuichi is interesting. He's a parallel Kyoko. Day after not really. Day after Ego dies, you may choose another player, secretly view their role card. If Kokichi is alive, he may force you to choose them. This is weaker Mikan.
Yes.
Well, no, because I get to see a living player as well, which is way better.
Yeah, but Ego has to die.
Yeah.
Usually.
I'm gonna put it next to Mikan. They're like tied.
I would say it's gone off 3 times in the last 4 months, and it's been the Blackened all 3 times.
Yeah, but how often do we play? Like, how many games is that in 4 months?
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of games.
Like, I'd say 50. Yeah, it's a lot. The thing is, his undies are way better, because you don't need the Ego to be dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's also one card in a 90-card deck, though.
Dead players to immediate left or right can whisper to you at any time.
S tier.
S tier. Well, I'd say A+.
I'd say S tier.
You could legit have 2 Despair next to you, and you are Hope. That is
okay. Compared to Second State Chihiro.
Second State Chihiro is you get to target anybody who's dead.
Yes, once. You just get the 2 people next to you's information 100% of the time.
Well, I mean, their information could
be stronger than Second State Chihiro, but that doesn't mean it's...
At the point that they're dead, they're not going to get any more information. You using it once doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal as opposed to, like, continuous.
It's
Yeah,
its
you can-
aura of the people to your left and right can play whatever investigations they want, and the info will
Second
always
state
get out.
Chihiro, you can reliably, if the ego dies, you can reliably get whispers from the ego.
I don't know, the one time
Add
I've
an
seen them do...
investigation item, you can use it on them too.
I've seen it once target the ego, and the person that used it got lynched. Like, pull up.
Well, you can't really, like, that's not a problem with the
Like, people are
ability,
just going to
I
be
don't think.
sets of powerful abilities. There's nothing you can do about that.
I'm just
But,
thinking of a situation where Kurikyo has, like, one evil person whispering in his left ear, and then, like, the good person whispering in his right.
Yeah. Also, both people have to die for it to fully take effect.
Mhm.
And sometimes people to your left, right just don't die.
I
Sometimes
just
you
think
die.
There's utility in being able to choose who you want to listen to, as opposed to, like, the chance of people next to you being people that you want to listen to.
Also, draw a card from the discard pile as a second. Don't underestimate it.
Oh yeah, second stage is really strong.
Like, second
Also, the
state
fact you
alone,
get to choose if you shuffle.
yeah, second state alone, I'm putting him like A+ next to Gonta, I think.
Just for the fact that it could cycle Hope Shards back in.
Yeah,
To his hand.
yeah. Mew,
Now, the
first
downside
state.
of that is the Blackened knows where it is, but that could still screw the Blackened over pretty bad.
It still means you're alive.
Yeah, Mew wants to vomit cards, because once per day, when you have no cards in your hand, you may draw a card. If Kiba's alive, they also draw cards.
So
if you want.
best card for me to start with, by the way, is Jam and Draco.
Yeah.
Lol, yeah.
I still have a soft spot in my heart for Undies Police Mew.
You only started play. You only play that after I said I'm just gonna add the random undies to the deck.
Second
I am
state
looking.
is first time someone interacts with you with an item or ability while you're asleep, you'll be alerted. And at the start of the game, view any undies added to the deck. Passive is mean, but first one could be legitimately useful.
I do love Undie Police Mew, it's my favorite.
Umias, you only play it after I say I'm gonna add like 5 undies to the deck, guys. I'm not gonna look. Let's see what happens.
I think the first one's more reliable, and it's like Chihiro. It's like a more energetic Chihiro. You want to play your item cards.
Yeah, it's
so
more
I like
actively, yeah.
I liked it pre-nerf, the original, which was every day just draw a card, and then after that, every time your hand's empty, draw a card. Not once per day. It was not once per day.
But I know you keep saying that you like that, or I like this thing where it was demonstrably proven that it breaks the game.
It didn't. The most it went off was 3 times in a one class trap.
No, I was told that Mew cycled the entire item deck. I don't know how it happened, but it happened.
That was the game they only used midday items.
Yeah, well.
They decided to only add midday items.
Anyway,
and they're like,
I think this goes like
A+.
Yeah, A+.
It's for solid
Again, putting
and
it next to
reliable.
Kia. All reliable. Angie, first state. Used at the start for up to 1 minute. People can't speak unless it's to answer your questions. Hi, loudmouth disease. It's a triggerable loudmouth disease in class trials.
Hmm?
And it doesn't add a minute. So,
My
I will
favorite thing
say-
is to use this and then despair by at the end of the minute. You guys got that off? Good.
yeah, I have a soft spot for this one. I love it.
I'd say A- though.
Yeah, but we're gonna move over to student council. Every midday, invite someone to student council. You start in it. Members of student council cannot be targeted by items or abilities who are not members without your permission.
I like it. I made it.
Surprisingly dangerous one that I found out.
Yeah, I loved using it as despair and then set tone of the hopes. No, you can't be robo adjusted to die.
Yeah, I'm putting it next to Byakuya. It's A-
It's
next
like
to
a soft
Byakuya.
negate, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can stop bad things from happening to them, but no one expects you to block their robo justice.
Rantaro. When you die to the Blacken's attack, you may choose a player and reveal a roll card. Passive, dig through the trash at the start of the game.
So, does anyone remember the game that Miyuki showed sub the card and no one listened?
Yep.
The Observer, it was amazing.
Yeah,
You gotta be careful who you pick with this.
exactly. You have to figure out someone you trust.
First rule of playing First State Rantaro,
Uh,
sub.
Yeah, don't pick sub.
Second state Rantaro. I have never seen this go off.
I
Even
have.
though-
I've
Really?
used it twice.
As Blackened?
No.
think I hosted a couple games where Trusty actually got it.
Yep.
And then the passive is free. Like, passive is insane.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you have to like commit to this.
You have to
It's
play
like
that
the,
card with the ability that's situational.
It's like a fucking. It's like one of those Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are illegal in tournaments because they win the set instead of the match.
Yeah.
I would honestly say that the ability itself is better than the passive.
Oh yeah, the passives are it's a fun thing. Guys, I survived the last game. I'm here again.
Yeah,
The Ultimate Survivor, guys.
you get a free suicide book. I'm gonna put him honestly up next to Sayaka. A+. Like, both are good. Digging through the trash is neat.
I think it feels kind of nice that you're rating all these cards, and like there are very few cards that are just like, this is a shit card.
Yeah, a lot of the bad cards are early, or Identity V. There are no Identity V cards above B.
Makoto's pretty good.
No, Toy Makoto's the worst one.
It's a guaranteed draw.
1 in 6 guaranteed draw.
You still always get a card.
No, you don't.
You draw a card or you draw the card you picked.
No.
No. If the 1 in 6 chance doesn't go off, you still just draw one card.
Yeah. You either draw a card or you draw the card you wished for.
That's not how it's worded. If you roll a 6 and that card is in the item deck, draw that card. If it is not, draw one item card. That isn't part of if you roll a 6.
Yeah, the way it is worded, it does kind of suggest that that draw that one card only works if you tried to get the card and then it's not in the deck.
Yeah.
I'm just going off what Pillow wanted it to do.
Well, no, now that it's pointed out to me, I realize that it can be read that way.
You need to phrase it to, if that card is in the item card deck and you roll a 6, draw that card.
So now knowing how it's supposed to be, Hime, does that change your rating on it?
Yeah, it goes like B. It goes like B minus. Or like, it's so unreliable. It is the heaviest RNG card. It goes B plus next to Terror.
Terror is drawn on these card.
Yeah, Terror draws an undies card.
I like how we don't talk about that. It actually has a different use.
Because it's just Ultra Ball. That's boring.
But very
Anyway,
strong.
yeah. Anyway, Himiko, choose a player. They give you all their item cards. Give them back the same number they gave to you. Selfish going to okay.
Impossible.
You can, yeah. It's just it can be signaling. You can like choose your black ends, shuffle around what cards they want and what cards you want as a trader.
Himiko is A+ at least, maybe S.
Yeah.
Because you take bad cards in the mulligan and you give it to them.
Yeah. Second state. When another player plays an item card,
You do that?
you have one that's
I
currently
give people
played.
Black Croissant.
Trusty.
I've done it 3 times.
The second state is funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
I love
play
doing
that-
the second state.
Yeah, but I don't think it's more powerful than first state.
It's
First
not, but it's something to do otherwise.
First state, I'm gonna put it below the negate trio, but above Nagito.
Oh yeah, I love the second state. Sorry, so you wanted to play a Dangan? No. You have a trader book. Have a suicide book.
Kirumi, last one of V3. Declare this ability as an item is being discarded. It's flipped face up, revealed to the table. You may also choose to take it. Huh. I've never seen anyone use this.
Yeah, I liked the first one, the original.
Live to serve, made token. Any cards you draw go to their hand. Any cards they discard go to your hand.
You know how synergistic that is with the J Island Rocket?
Yeah.
You just blow up the hand and you take it.
Yeah.
Hey Kibo, you got those 4 cards over there? Let me have them.
Yeah. Kirumi is good. But I don't think, like,
I think B.
she's like next to Sonya. Yeah, B+. Alrighty. Now it's time for Monokuma and the Monokubs.
Oh. Who's force? I've made 2 of these.
Monokuma, baby.
On which one are we talking about?
Monokuma is god tier.
I think it's up. I would say A+, because a lot of GMs will start restricting it now.
I'm starting to get very strict with Monokuma.
I always said you guys should be. Kai has 60 rules in a Google Doc.
Yeah, I am not strict.
I've gotten to the point where it's like, if you're doing one that's like, oh, you gotta say in bed after everything, I'm like, no, try again. Give me something that's a little bit more fun than just being stupid.
Also, some people go like, hey, next midday I draw 5 cards.
Yeah,
That's not a rule. That is just, you draw 5 cards.
Trusty, didn't you do the one where start of game effects go off at midday?
Yeah, and I wasn't even the one who benefited the most from that, was I?
Yeah.
It was actually 2 other people.
Yeah. Honestly, should probably say it for the VOD. Yeah. You can create a new rule that must be followed by all players during the next day. The headmaster must agree with the rule. This cannot be copied or refreshed.
This card's ability power is almost entirely dependent on you
knowing
what kind of bullshit the GM is going to tolerate, and you being able to make something that is like somewhat reasonable.
So, as a person who hosts a lot, I am biased. I add a Monokuma headbands to every game.
I have played 3 of them.
Yes.
I actually played, I think, the most I've seen.
Yeah, Monokuma is... I think it's one of my favorite abilities.
I think it can be if people, like, think about it before a game and have a cool idea.
It is the ultimate, like, thinking ability. You get to just make a rule, and it can help you, it can hurt you, it can help someone else, it can, it's insanely versatile.
It's up to the player to make it fun.
It's up to the player to make it fun, and that, I think, puts it above Tenko in A+.
I will say, at least when I GM, about 75% of the time that a Monokuma rule has been made, most of the time I've been like, this is not a fun rule, I think it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, no, you gotta be smart. You have to actually think.
Yeah.
And second state Monokuma, triple mulligans, and you can mulligan with only 1 card.
I'm also not gonna lie about the first one too, like, when new people see like, oh, Monokuma, I could play as Monokuma. Oh, I can make a rule? That sounds awesome! And then they just are like, say butts after everything, and I'm like...
yeah. Second state Monokuma is worse than Kamaru.
Yeah.
You get the same total amount of cards, but you don't get them all front-loaded.
You do have the benefit if you and Kamaru in the game, you don't get attacked first.
Yeah. Any living Junko may pass you item cards at any time. That's what you're playing it for. You play the second state if there's a Junko.
Well, you also play the second state if you like Monokuma, but you just don't want to, like, you would know that you're bad at rule shit.
So, Monotaro, S tier.
Yes, 100%. It breaks games.
Well, not as bad as it used to.
Makoto can survive, Makoto gets to guaranteed survive. Mukuro can negate abilities, even permanent ones. Monotaro breaks the game. When you use this ability, and you may play an item card while ignoring all restrictions that would normally stop you from playing that card.
Is there an S+ tier? Because I think he fits there.
Well,
I would say
if
just
there
S,
isn't, Monotaro would just make it and put himself in it.
I still think it'd only be S, though, because it is situation to items you get. Because we nerfed it to not be unlimited use.
Yeah.
The whole problem was, like... He was encouraged to fire his ability off and then just start puking out as many cards as he could.
In the original, he started with 1 card, and he couldn't draw cards.
God. Monosuke time.
A+. I love this ability. I am happy how it turned out.
Place a mono coin on another player. Every time they draw a card, give them another coin. At any time, you may cash in and draw a card. So,
I would say it should probably have a clause that can't be copied.
Yeah.
I just love Monosuke. He's great. I like doing his voice.
Yeah. Who'd you say was better than Hime?
Better than Toy Makoto, easily.
Well, yeah.
The baseline of draw 1 card is not hard to beat, and Monosuke crushes it. If you pick... Monosuke has the best synergy with Gundam.
I know, remember the game I used it?
Yeah, Gundam draws 3 cards guaranteed.
Well, you can't use it on the first one because he draws at the start of it. So you get guaranteed 2 off it, and if he plays his hamster to draw cards, you get 3 or 4 or 5 or 6.
It's insane. Monodon. When an attack by the black is negated, you may instead redirect it to the player on the right. If Monokid's on the table, you may redirect it to him.
So
This
the
is
old
just
quote
like
for
a
that was
meme.
better. The old quote was that, oh god, let me find it. Because we've changed Mondo Manzo's China sign, obviously. But I had a good quote for that. I want to find it because it's hilarious.
But yeah, this is just like a meme. This is the meme despair pick.
And yes, I have synergized with people who pick Monokid with that.
Yeah, if you,
It's
the
like an
synergy is
anti-bodyguard almost.
Yeah. Like, I think it's bottom B minus or C. Honestly, there are very few situations where it's good. Speaking of very few situations where it's good, monophony. Anytime a player plays an item card or ability which has the effect of drawing cards, roll a d6. If you roll a 1 or 2, the player who played the ability or item discards all their item cards. This is not considered used until you roll a 1 or a 2. You just hate people if you play this.
You know how many of those have killed themselves when they play a draw card?
Yeah, like... Monophony is special, because not only is your ability terrible, you feel terrible when you use it. It is... If there was a D tier, I'd put her there. But she had... Unfortunately, I have to put her at bottom of C.
And nothing can... I like the old ability for Monophony. Can we just got 2 cards with refresh ability anytime? The anytime is the best bullet for a refresh.
Yeah.
Because you can refresh something in the middle of the class tray. You know Kaido? Now you can give 2 people double.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that might be too good, honestly.
And lastly,
It's 2 card discard.
Monokid time. When the black can kill someone, draw 2 item cards in excitement. If Monodon was killed, the player to your left and right may draw an item card as well.
I think it's
this is if Sparkling Justice got shot in the leg.
Well, it's all at once, and you have no restrictions on what cards you keep.
Exactly. Like, it's good in that sense of you get a bunch of card draw, sure.
I mean, and it has the potential to be refreshed too.
Kind of like a better version of Monica, in a way, a little bit, because you start off with cards too.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah. I'll put him like,
I put him just above Monica, wherever Monica is.
We haven't gotten to Monica yet.
Okay, put it A minus, I would say, because 2 card draw is very good.
Yeah.
And almost every game, unless you were dying forced, you get it off.
Get it off.
Get it off.
Bow chicka bow.
okay. Damn, this might have to be a 2-parter, because I have to go do something in a bit.
You know what? Probably a good idea to do 2-part. Let's finish the Mono Cubs and then end it.
I want to finish Ultra Despair Girls and then finish it.
Okay.
Because that's about the halfway point.
That one's
We're
small.
past the halfway point, dude.
Yeah, we're past the halfway point.
Yeah.
Monica. Speaking of Monica, you start the game with no item cards. Every time a player dies, immediately draw an item card. Little Ultimates may give you one of their item cards if they have more item cards than you.
Oh, like the old passive used to be you can take cards from Little Ultimates that have more cards than you.
The old card made it very unfun for other Ultimates. She was like basically like a mini Mukuro counter pick.
It was kind of like the old second state Monokuma passive, which was absolutely awful in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I got rid of it though.
Yep, I'm so happy that one's gone.
I'll never forget Boogie Oda and myself and Nagisa's Monica playing the card and then taking Nagisa's card.
Monica is longer term Monokid.
Yeah.
In 10-player games, she is pretty good.
Yeah,
You
it's
get 5 draws.
It's a game size dependent one. Yeah.
She's also a free attack on Night 0 as well.
Yeah.
I did that first as a meme because I didn't know who to attack, and then a lot of people followed.
Well, it's kind of an optimal play. Like, unless you have somebody on the tables that you know has an ability that is bad for you, then you just pick the person that has no consequence.
Yeah. Kurokuma time. I'm still talking, baby.
S tier.
You're awake. You may discard an item card to be able to speak in any situation for the rest of the day. You can use this even if you are dead. Unlimited use. Usable anytime.
So while we're here,
the S tier.
can I propose the nerf that me and I have said earlier?
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna repost it in Homebrew.
Kurokuma gets a free crystal skull. He can talk during like item card stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
most likely.
Yeah.
That's Sayaka.
Kurokuma is great. He is like I'm only keeping Mukuro at the top of S for posterity, but
Yeah.
like
No, yeah.
In a game that is entirely about communication, Kurokuma being able to communicate whenever he wants is pretty good.
That's the problem with. That's why I was saying this suggestion would just be he gets 1 minute at the end of a debate, and he can use the word at single use. So yes, he could talk, but no one could answer him, and he'd have to be last in the discussion
I don't know.
compared to what it is.
I love Kurokuma currently. I know he's probably busted, but like people rarely play him. That's the nice thing. People have posterity and rarely play Kurokuma.
Control ability better.
Like,
Where he just talks all the time.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
cards that are a bit powerful if it's not like a situation where he's just an insta pick every time.
I'd say a
It'll
fair,
always be Kurokuma. I don't think it is.
honestly, just like make it single use.
That's been my suggestion for years.
And it is
Technically,
easily yes
talk
too.
during nighttime too.
I
Yes,
mean,
he
I
can.
would be kind of okay with it being single use.
Yeah, single use, but you still get to have talk any situation.
Hmm.
I love that.
It'd be
Anyway,
great if you're just like at nighttime and it's just like, oh, I'm looking at this person. Oh, guess what? They appear as the traitor. Well, guess what? Now you guys
Oh.
all know.
And you guys know I claimed Dr. Yugi yesterday. This guy he'd despair.
yeah,
If I die in the morning, I don't know what they're gonna do. Him with the Togame VIP also. Just here, Kurokuma, have another card. Okay, guys, I'm here again.
Just talk all night. Okay. Komaru. At the start of the game, draw 5 item cards, keep 2.
And
And then
all-
discard one.
and then get attacked instantly and lose all your other cards.
Yeah. You think
We
we're
went
joking?
back and forth on this one. It's like, yeah, it's a good ability, but
you
also
only get to
that's
keep
the
one.
drawback of it.
Komaru is so good it hurts. Like, it literally hurts you because you get to whittle down from 5. And she can mulligan. So she gets to look through 10 cards total.
To be fair, I liked her original ability before this. Search through the item deck, keep 2 cards.
You know how broad it is, Trusty.
I know, I love it.
You know how much more attacked they would be if they had that?
She gets A+ next to Yasi Hero.
When no, let me ask, you wouldn't attack her first, because she'd always take Teddy Bear.
Yeah.
You just take a Teddy Bear and a Buddha and you're fine.
You save a teddy bear. If you find a
Also-
teddy bear as Komaru, you save a teddy bear.
Take a
Also,
give a
when
teddy, take a teddy.
Second state, Maru too, which I think that's still in the game, isn't it?
Second state
is-
Komaru is still in the works.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I actually have to get motivated tomorrow because I'm finally off work. 6 days in
Hey
a row sucks.
everybody, I'm looking at Jotaro and I just found an infinite.
Yes, there is an infinite.
Whenever you discard item cards, except for discarding down to hand limit, draw the same number of item cards you discarded. Looks at therapist.
Well, therapist is once per turn. Once per. You can do it once. You can't just infinitely do it.
It doesn't say just once. It allows to discard 1 item card, a different player to draw an item card. It doesn't say like
Yes, it allows you to do that effect.
yeah, but it doesn't say like once.
It also doesn't say multi use.
Whatever. What's the other infinite?
Hypnotist.
Oh, hypnotist. Is it?
No.
Okay, no. Whatever. Things aside, Jotaro funny Dreamland Rocket.
Yes.
uh,
Just
I
in general, my favorite synergy is Totoro and Mayaya.
Yeah, I think
it
he's
works
like,
fine as a deterrence card.
Yeah.
he's also like a scapegoat. If you have despair cards, you can just hit him with them, so they're not as despairful.
Hey, Chitara, guess what? Guess what? What Dream Island Rocket?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
You
I'm gonna
hate
go-
me, so now that makes me happy.
I'm gonna put a B plus.
That's sad.
Masaru.
Yeah, S tier.
You can use this on a night that a Robo Justice card was used. Negate the effect of all active Robo Justice cards. Tonight, the killer must attack somebody with a Robo Justice. Hey, remember Kazuichi?
Yeah, it does count on Kazuichi. It also count if your alter ego is Master. You're like, hey guys, I'm the alter ego. This guy's on despair. We vote with justice him. We kill him. He's gonna die.
Yeah, I'm actually a little concerned about this one.
Masaru is
I am as well. It
he
should.
can take executive action.
It's the problem of it's an effect that shouldn't be in the game. I hate saying it like that. I do enjoy the games where just a normal despair uses it on someone, but like
My problem is
it's
it
killing a
has,
player.
yeah, it has the potential to allow Masaru to choose a player to die. And
I love
there's
saying that.
only,
So
there's only one other card that has that effect, and it's an Undies. When it's
Yeah.
tied to, like, there are situations where multiple people will play Robo Justices, but then people don't want to play Robo Justices on the off chance that he does this. So if he has one, then he chooses who dies.
a good idea. An idea I was thinking of is in my notes here. What happens if they can either target someone with a Robo Justice or you? You are always an option to die. This means if an alter ego out, so Masu can execute them, Masu can still be killed. You know what I mean?
You know, that might work because then it makes it like. Let me put my words
So
together.
one guy from Super Danganronpa, another two, right?
Yeah.
It makes
It's
it so
similar, but-
that it basically just flips the script.
Yeah.
It turns the rest of the table into Robo Justices and then
Yeah.
like the Blackened always has a choice in that case.
I know it's you could like, oh, I have a golden gun, but then you need a golden gun, a Robo Justice, and use your ability. At that point, go for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Hero time. You may make a deal with another player. A deal allows them to discard an item card from their hand. If they do this, they cannot be targeted by the Blackened tonight. Only one deal may be made per night. So
Right.
you can let people play Robo Justices on themselves.
Actually, I just realized the problem with the Master.
What?
This card, because it's not a Robo
I'm not
Justice.
in game.
Well, because it does. It says they can't be targeted, but it's not a Robo Justice.
Yeah, it
so
is
if
not
you did
a-
this on Masu after he executed someone, then he's now immune. But I
Yeah.
guess that is two people having to work together.
Exactly.
A Masu should actually. Could we also add a discard cost to Masu at the same time?
I mean, I think
It's kill a player.
yeah. Well, let me think.
Yourself as a target is fine, I think. If you
Yeah,
have to,
because it's less of a no-brainer in that case where it's like
Mhm.
yeah, it's basically limiting the Blackened's kill choices dramatically. So if you're a player that actually wants to get killed, then it can be good for you. Or if it's if it's a situation where, okay, I think this guy's the Blackened, then it could
that
narrow
makes
down
the
choices.
words.
Basically,
Question.
I was really skirting this with having it be an ability of you could potentially just kill somebody.
Masaru used it. Masaru in the trial. All right, if this guy doesn't die, then he's the Blackened.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
it could snuff counterclaims, yeah.
So
Two Artigas counterclaimed. Let's go.
So I do want to say this, like, since yourself is an option technically, can't you just use it when there's no Robo Justice on the board, and
You would have to
target-
use it when there is.
We'd want it so there has to be Robo Justice on the
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Hiroko, she gets to join the
A
protection
plus.
club of A+.
Yeah, I was gonna say A+.
A different kind
Unlimited
of
use.
bodyguard.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Servant. Hey, remember Old Servant?
I love Old
I
Servant.
do.
I'm not gonna lie.
I like original Sylvan.
Flag. Servant. Play death flag. Har har.
Servant, play death. Servant, do this. No, we're not going to continue with anything else. Servant, do this. Servant, do that.
Yeah, once a day, masters may give you an order. or force you to play an item card by naming it exactly.
So,
Hey Sylvan, play. It goes down the entire list of items.
Yeah, I think honestly, it's like a
A+, I wouldn't say, because it's daily draw a lot of the time.
daily draw. Yeah,
That's if the master allows it.
yeah.
Well, we're looking at ability being used for what it is. And daily draw is A+.
Servant goes in the daily draw club of Chihiro. Shirokuma.
S tier.
Actually, I do want to say A+, because you really can't review upon your death immediately.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say S tier.
Nah.
High A+, though.
When you die, if your roll card normally reveals on death, don't reveal it. Instead, keep it hidden until night, then reveal it. You may speak during the trial on the day you die.
War Synergy, by the way, is this in Stepping Stone?
That's an
It never
anti.
goes off.
Yeah,
It never goes off.
it's an anti-synergy.
But yeah, the fact that you don't reveal brings it away from S, but it is an automatic salt, which makes the ability better than what it used. It didn't used to have the automatic salt, by the way.
Yeah, it's a free salt, so it's A+.
Yeah, if
But-
it wasn't
and
the
it keeps
free
it-
salt, then it was like unclear what the ability was even for.
It's above Sayaka, I'd
It was
say.
a negative without the salt.
Like it was pure despair.
Yeah, it's above Sayaka.
I want to say it's actually below Sayaka for the fact that you don't reveal.
That could be a plus or a minus, but
No,
you get,
that is a minus most of the time.
I guess, people, like, if it's the last trial, then people could just, like, and you thought, fuck, if it's last trial and people think you are a hope and you're a despair, then it's good. But I'll admit it's situational, so below Sayaka, still A+. Toko. You may discard a card from your hand. If you do, you can do a trader book. Nekamaru can watch. Pretty good.
Guaranteed
Yeah.
Trader Book is pretty good. The problem is being able to combine this with things that make sure that you don't get killed.
Yeah. And, well, to be fair, that's like any other investigation item.
Yeah.
Toko just gets a guaranteed trader book, which is pretty good. And
Yeah.
then he gets an Ultra Genocider. Each midday, you must choose someone else who has cards and randomly discard one. If nobody else has item cards, the person you picked secretly reveals their role to you. So,
We'll see that go off.
I do
If
not
you-
believe that has ever gone off.
It did go off once.
yeah, overall, for getting a free trader book and for potentially getting role reveals, or just like,
I wouldn't base off the world, yeah, just based off
I would not
daily
judge
discard.
that. The odds of
Yeah,
it happening
she can
just
just-
based on history is phenomenally low.
Yeah, she can just choose people to throw away cards from, which is still pretty good. It's that packed in with a trader book is insane.
Yeah. A+,
Yeah, A+ next to Rantaro.
yeah.
Alrighty, Nagisa. If another player plays an investigation item, you may use this to also investigate as if you played the same card yourself.
Very strong, actually.
Yeah, you copy an investigation item. Pretty good. Pretty good.
This has the benefit of, like, if you use this, there's already another investigation on the table, so you're not guaranteed to just die.
Yeah.
I like Yasuke Battle.
yeah. I kind of want to put this top A-, not A+.
I would actually want to put it bottom A+.
Yeah,
Because
bottom.
you're duplicating an investigation.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
it
you are
lasts for the
duplicating,
win.
so there is the potential of you bluffing, like, the opposite of what it actually is.
Also, the fact that you can duplicate Kyoko's undies and now have two of them is insane.
Wait a second. There are two of them. This is getting out of hand.
And then Yasuke can steal one of them.
Yeah. Kotoko.
This one
You may
actually has
discard
a
a
second
card.
state.
Yeah, first state. You may discard a card to choose another player and randomly discard a card. That's...
We-
It's unlimited use, but oh my god, it's bad.
So, no, actually, that's very good. Targeted discard anytime.
Yes, but you have to discard one.
Yeah.
It's like you turn your hand into Ultra Balls.
At any time multiple, which is very good. More often a Dream Island Rocket.
But I like Second State more.
I just like Second State being in any game.
Is it Kotoko? Because I absolutely despise Kotoko's second state.
What?
I agree.
Extend the non-stop debate by a minute. During this trial, discussion must be passed from person to person, no interruptions, with you starting. The GM may pass at any time. If Monica is participating, you have to pass it to her.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. If I ever see that one played, I go Sayaka or Kurokuma.
I play Sayaka or I leave.
Damn.
I don't enjoy it. It's fun as the 90s when it's real, but when there's some people who slam it every other game, and it's just not fun.
Yeah, no, I counterpick Sayaka or Kurokuma
Damn.
every time I see it pop up.
Okay, I'm the kind of guy who likes Hope's Peak rings, so this is pain.
I mean, at least Hope's Peak
Well, I guess-
doesn't make you have to talk in turns.
I guess, I don't know. Part of me likes being able to, but I'll just put it bottom A-.
I mean,
Okay.
I would go off the first ability on that one. 'cause
Yeah,
it's the
first-
one.
First bottom A-. I did not know people hated Second State
I didn't
Kodogo.
realize there were such strong feelings about this one.
I've said it multiple times. So
Trusty,
serious.
When you say
Anyway,
that, it
last,
doesn't really make me feel any better.
anyway, last one for tonight. Last one for part 1. Haiji Toa. Whenever an attack by the Blackened is negated or redirected, draw a card. Whenever a child dies, draw a card.
Yay for child murder.
It's actually fairly strong with T's.
Can we get a pog in chat for child murder?
Let's not.
I kind of want to put it. I'm gonna put it top of B+. It's weaker than Monica, I think.
You have to remember OV direct keys also draw one off of that.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's the Nemo.
Well, only Boba.
That's why I said OV direct keys.
It's also kind of a character that only like 1 or 2 people on the server play.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And Monopopa's one of them.
And someone who one cut chaos it.
Yeah.
Like
All right,
nobody
that is
like
it.
likes Haiji.
Valid. Alright, next time we will go through Danganronpa 3 characters, the novels, Remnants of Despair, fan game characters.
We have to
And
go
who
through
knows?
4 kids too.
Oh, yeah, we gotta go.
Yes,
Oh
we
my
do.
god, no, please, I beg you. That will make me lose brain cells.
No, we have to
So-
do it. We have to rank them. We have to know.
And you know what? It's sad. I think some of them might be higher up than number cards.
Oh my god.
You know, in the interest of, in the spirit of Dangan, yes, I am going to allow you to rate them based on the broken ass ways that you figured out how to break the game with cards that were
wasn't
meant
me.
to be entirely useless.
I would say that was 100% drinks and mono. They have a sheet.
Well, I don't care who did it. It's like the fact that you guys did it is the thing.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Like,
I agree.
here's this beautiful thing I made that for you guys to enjoy and have fun with. Oh, here, I'm just gonna take it and smash it on the floor and laugh.
Ha ha ha.
I'm thinking, okay,
That again.
I guess this isn't part of it, but I'm curious. So William Eve, do they just like negate T's pretty much? Because if someone plays an item, you can publicly reveal the name of the item they just played.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah, I guess it does. I guess it does.
Also, Kukichi second state.
Kokichi
Yeah.
isn't even in here.
Kokichi's second state gets destroyed. Teddy monitor top tier. If someone breaks the rules, you can complain about it really loud, and maybe someone will do something.
Mondo MVP. I forget the extra name.
KDO Clue's kind of broken. If you think someone is the bully, then you can say who you think it is, which cuts through
Yeah.
being
By
dead.
when you can do it.
You know what's even better than that? I forget what Yasi Hero's nickname is, but that is a neutral. Like, the loco is amazing.
What was Yasi Hero's 4 kids ability?
Draw 3 cards when you win.
Oh,
So if you're the loco, you just draw 3 cards.
His name is Connor Man.
Hana Man is like the loco, any of those, which is like, hey guys, I won halfway through the
or
game, draws
like
3.
if you're student council or whatever. too.
Standing Counselor Connor, man.
Loco's still the best because when you win, you don't reveal.
Oh yeah.
You're just a normal player who just, hey GM, I draw 3 cards.
Samantha
Tepe Ganger
Matthews.
is good for signaling.
Is she shoot water at people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we played a game and there was every character had like 5 moist on them.
Samantha Matthews is Kurokuma, but she
Yeah.
kept it while alive.
Also, I forget who the one who can look at the roll card implies that other people can't.
Clara Escargot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Clara
that's how
Escargot.
bad
If you
the
have a
folk-
roll card, you can secretly look at it.
So they in the 4Kids game, they implied that no one else could look at the roll card other than them.
Bully Clippers even better.
Yeah. Also, I think it's Bully Clippers and whatever Leon is, it has a stupid synergy.
Holy fuck.
When Leon, when sorry. When Elvis Smith discards cards, throw them off the table.
Yeah, and then look what happens with sixes. Do you see the synergy now?
You know, I really need to get around to making Danganronpa 2 and V3 Dangan. Like,
Oh,
we'll never
Genocide.
use them, but I want to make them.
Make
Couldn't
what?
happen.
Dangan 3? Like the move,
Four
like
Kids.
the show?
4 Kids.
Oh fuck.
4 Kids
fuck
Danganronpa 2, where they go to Hot Dog Island.
Yes.
They go to the Jabberwock Island, the completely normal island, and nothing violent happens.
Okay.
I'm legit getting on TTS just so I can read the 4Kids stuff because I haven't read them yet.
Yeah.
I have refused to read them because they make me lose brain cells.
But yes, the Genocider 4Kids one is actually the most strong.
Okay.
What was that one?
Like someone just got a card and then they draw the top card of the discard. So what's supposed to happen? They discard the card, they draw the card. But if you do like Chitaro, Kana, you know, there's a lot of people. If you use it, like
You know what?
Yashihiro, if you use it on Yashihiro,
I can break Sally Ogre.
yeah.
You're
You're
really strong. Negates weakness disease.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I'd allow it. I'd allow it. if Sally Ogre got weakness disease, I'd reroll it.
No, you don't reveal. They just get to it.
I'd just negate it, yeah. Alrighty. Ah, that was fun. I'm gonna.
That
I'm
was
gonna
really
keep the
fun.
tier
Thank
list
you for
together.
doing that. That was a
Yeah.
fun little thing that we did.
Yeah.
next time on the podcast.
Next time, we can look
Next
at some
time we're gonna go
actual
over
cards,
those
and then
other ones.
we'll actually rate these Dangan cards on a scale
And then we'll
of
go
1
for
to
4Kids,
7.
'cause why not?
How does tomorrow at around the same time-ish seem?
When did we start this?
We started at like 8. And
I've got a
BSD.
thing to do at 9, so
We could start earlier then.
Yeah, we could tool around for an hour if we start at 8. That would be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do that too.
I might.
Let's do that.
Alrighty. Marked down for 6 p.m. PST tomorrow.
Cool. See you
Anyway,
next
I'm
time,
gonna-
kids.
I gotta get some sleep.
Yeah, see y'all next time where you get to go over the anime cards.
Okay.
Boop, 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 boop.